Hey everybody, good morning. We don't want to see card reviews, we want to see Hearthstone. How goes it, folks? Good morning, good morning. Let me get a window up here. Hearthstone, where are you? There you are. Boom. Perfect. Good morning to who is here that's new this morning. I don't know, a lot of people. Dumpcat, Tactical Gizmo, DDD, GoTo, Gickstone, Lucky, J, Mill, Zofiana, Besapelmose, Rob, Crickme, Guy Prime, Abu Fahad, DeCrisp Cream, Chomskicho, Star Fox, Sickly Stream, Arca, yes, you and about 47 bajillion other people. I'm aware, dude. It's no big deal. Don't worry too much. Go by the whatever I said, not by the visual. If I messed up the visual, it's just because I picked the wrong overlay when I was applying it to the editing or whatever. Go by what I said. Whoever makes this art has made Regis look shorter. I do look a little bit more well, no, not. I don't look thicker. I mean, the thickness is, if anything, favorable to me. But the height, you're right. I do look a little shorter. But that's okay. It's like a cartoon kind of Hearthstone style, right? You don't look super realistic. I look a little more. I look a little more dwarfish, like a Warcraft dwarf, which is fine.
Aha!
Which is fine. How tall are you, IRL? 6'3". Pretty tall. Not like super tall. Not like weirdly tall. Not like people ask you questions tall, but like tall enough to be tall. I used to say 6'2.5", but the doctor told me 6'3", so I'm just bumping up now. I'm just bumping it up, man. Arca says I have almost 5k gold saved up. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Why is the turtle you're riding blind? He's not blind. He has an eye patch on. Only one eye patch, as you can tell. He's evil. He was eating an evil bony chicken sandwich, and he took a bite down on it, and the bone kind of cracked and snapped out, and it flew up and did a twirl and stabbed him in the eye. The worst of injuries. But it was an evil, bony chicken sandwich. Evil! You really underestimate Sweeping Strike and Rush Warriors. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. I don't think Rush Warrior is usually that behind on board where it'll be relevant. Usually Rush Warrior can stay 1-1 on board. It's possible against like Zudex and stuff. But I feel like when I played Rush Warrior, you're often even ahead on board a little bit. But it might still be worth it. Maybe. More theory crafting today? Yes, exactly. I don't trust people or animals with eye patches. Well, that's sad. What if they can't help it? What if they just had to wear an eye patch? Makes me sad. I think Sweeping Strike will be strong in Rush Warrior. But only in Rush Warrior. Okay, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it'll be worth it, but I understand. Everybody's giving me examples. I understand. I get it. I know how I understand why it works with rush cards. I think I even said as much in my review. Like, a card has to attack immediately, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, I think typically Rush Warrior stays even on board, and it gets less good, I think. Right? Do you not agree? Like, I don't know how much people have played Rush Warrior. I played a little, not a lot myself, honestly, so I don't even know if I have the best insights, but I feel like it stays even on board and it's not going to be as good, but we'll see. I hope you're right. I think it'd be an awesome card to work. I also think Rush Warrior is a little bit less. I mean, they're reactive, but not like a real reactive control deck. They do run a lot of aggressive stuff too, so I don't know. We'll see. That's the cool thing. That's the really cool thing about cards that we don't know. Is we'll find out, and it's awesome. And we can see who's wrong and who's right, and we still won't care. But think about Darius buffing himself for 60 turn. No, I know. Again, I understand how it could be good, but what I'm saying is the context is not there. I don't know. The context has to be there, right? I think we fall into a trap pretty often when we're talking about cards, where we always talk about the max upside, these really high roll kinds of cool, crazy things you can do. but we often forget about the context. You have to have the context too, right? So if you're in a deck with Darius, is he... first off, do you have Darius? Because that's a one of. Do you have your Sweeping Strikes? That's another card you have to have. They have to line up together. 2-card combos are more difficult than cards that operate independently. Beyond that, your opponent has to have multiple minions on the board. But if you've been playing a rush deck and you've been killing their minions every turn with your rush cards, do they have multiple minions on board? Maybe, maybe not. So you run it outside of a rush deck. Do you run it with just Ziliax or Darius and like a Control Warrior? Well, maybe, but then it's even harder to find your stuff. And you have a dead card with Sweeping Strikes sometimes. I don't know. That's my opinion on the context, right? It's like the environment or the context for it is going to be tough to find. I think it's not going to line up as cleanly as the sort of high roll we're envisioning. So I don't think it's going to be good. But maybe the context will line up way more than I think. Maybe it'll be there all the time. Maybe it'll be super easy for those moments to pop up, and then, well, you know, I'm wrong. Scrap Hound plus Ziliax plus Sleeping will be a Reno. It could be. Again, that's a super high roll. That would be awesome. I hope you're right. I want you to be right. I want cards to be awesome. I really do. But in my heart of hearts, I just don't believe it yet. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see.
Welcome. Boys,
Kuro TBB, thank you for the 5 months. This is another plot twist. Yeah, exactly. I like disagreeing on cards sometimes, guys. I kind of wish I had gone through and looked at... We might actually do that real quick before... we might actually do that real quick before we build the deck today. I kind of want to go through and see the community ratings on cards. Hearthstone Top Decks has a pretty good way to look at community ratings real quick on cards, so... Let me do that real quick, because I'm just curious what other people... Aha! Why is Rise of Shadows not in here? Well, I thought they'd have a good way to do that. Am I stupid? Do I see it? I don't see it. Okay, maybe they don't have a way to do that. They pop up here and have ratings, but I guess maybe they're not listed all yet. We could go through this list, but it's going to be a less fun thing to do. Well, okay. 3 on Whirlwind Tempest, I think that's too high, but fair. 4 on Daring Escape, that feels right. Vargoth released today? I don't know. I would imagine Vargoth releases Friday, but I don't actually know. I don't know for sure. Do you think the Portal Neutral Demons can work for Shudder aggro? No. I don't think so. Morning, Regis. Just finished watching your card review. I enjoyed that, so thank you. Thanks, Executus, man. Appreciate that. Switch all sets to Rise of Shadow. That's what we were looking at, right? Like, but there's no Rise of Shadows here. That's what I'm trying to do. There's no... All sets doesn't have... It's like they only have the...
Welcome! Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't you?
Let's get
date,
rolling.
Maybe date will help? Ah! Date will do it. Okay, cool. They don't have the name applied, apparently, or something. I don't know. The all sweats can switch, right? That's what I was doing, but there's no... You guys know there's no Rise of Shadows in the list. That's what I was trying to do, right? There's no Rise. That was the point. There's no Rise of Shadows in here. Unless I just don't see it, but I don't see it. I feel like I've looked at it a lot. It's not there, right? I don't think it's there. Oh, you guys can't see the drop down. Oh, what? Oh, weird. Now I understand why we're having a disconnect. Why doesn't the drop down show down on stream? That's weird. It's just supposed to be a screen share. That's super weird. Huh. That is so strange. You guys don't see the drop down. There's a drop down here, but it doesn't have Rise of Shadows in it. I promise you, it's not here. I'm looking very carefully. It's not here. There's no Rise of Shadows in this drop down. But it's weird that you can't even see when I have it expanded. That's crazy. I don't know why that wouldn't show. This is just supposed to be a window share. Maybe that's kind of considered a separate window. Interesting. Anyway, we've got this. We can sort by date and do the same thing. So let me zoom in a little bit here, probably. Does that make my face cover them too much? No, it's okay. look at the top. Whirlwind Tempest, 2.8 stars. I think that's a little high, to be honest, but fair. Daring Escape, I do think that's going to be good. 4.2 makes sense. Witch's Brew, I mean, I'm fine with 3.8. I think it's a little high. I don't know if people are actually going to run this. Some people are going crazy about this card. I compared it to Forbidden Healing in my review, which I think is fair because like you can, it's basically the same thing, just in kind of defined increments instead of flexible increments, right? Yeah, you've got it there, but I'm telling you, I don't. How did you filter it to that? Oh, that's like a separate URL. Okay, I see. Anyway, we've got it. It's no big deal. This will work. You can go to the shadows list from the very top drop downs, then filter by. Oh, here maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We've got them all up. It's fine. This is totally okay. We don't need them in any sort of order or anything. When's the last day to pre-order? I have no idea. Maybe today. Well, probably not because the pre-release is this weekend, so maybe Monday. But I don't know. You should double check. Can you only cast it twice because it doesn't have Echo? Kind of like a mix between Echo and Twin Spell. No, I think you should be able to play it. I think it's basically Echo. They just didn't apply the keyword because they don't want to put old keywords that they're not going to reuse in new expansions. Because at some point this will be in Standard and Echo won't be in Standard, and then people will be like, "What the heck is Echo?" So they make it repeatable. But I think that's a little high, but it's fair. I mean, it's fair. I think it's a playable card. It'll probably get played at some point. Violet Warden, I agree. It's really slow, just not standing out enough. I don't know why people don't like Vicious Scrap Hound more. This one bugs me. I feel like I almost gave this card 5 stars. I actually think this card's going to be nuts. I think it's fine on turn 2. It's a trading minion that gives you 2 armor. And late in the game, it's ridiculous. Maybe it's going to be more important off of Dr. Boom than it will be like in an actual deck. But I think this card is actually really good. Man, I don't know. 3 stars. I feel like it's way better than Armor Smith. It deals damage, not attacks. So if it plays defensively, it's still gonna heal, right? And if you magnetize it in a turn, your opponent has to trade into it at all, or you can do Ziliax or whatever other. It has Rush with Dr. Boom hero card. There are like so many ways to make this thing insane. Worst Plated Beetle. I think it's actually a way better Plated Beetle. It's a less consistent Plated Beetle, perhaps, but it's only a warrior card, right? So I think it's actually a better Plated Beetle. I think it can heal for a ridiculous amount of. Turning Rover is better, maybe, but they're both good. I think this could be much better than a Turning Rover. You play this on turn 7 with Ziliax or whatever, and you're just gonna go insane. You gain so much life, and you know. When it has Rush with Dr. Boom, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know. Run both. Run a Turning Rover and this so you can curve out early. It's one of those cards that's okay when you play it on turn 2, and it's really good in the late game, which are rare cards. That's really rare cards, right? Like, to find a card that can work both early and late is tough. And I feel like this one's going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. Why not just press your hero power? Because this is... Am I losing my mind? Does Magnetic not exist anymore? Like, stack this with a Ziliax, and Ziliax is healing for 10 every time he attacks, right? Instantly. And why not hit your hero power? Because this can kill things. Your hero power doesn't kill things. It's a hero power that kills things. Now, this is at the cost of a resource, but again... It's good on its own, I think. It's like fine on turn 2. It's like a 3-star card on turn 2 or a 2-star card on turn 2 even. Like, you can play it. But then in the late game, it's like, boom! This thing goes crazy, which is good because that means it's got the flexibility to play early and to play late. The mech that does 1 damage to everything plus him is armor. Sure, yeah, that's another cool way to do it too, right? Like, he does damage with the whirlwind effect or whatever. So, sweeping strikes, you get 6 armor. Sure. Again, I don't know if this is the best use case, but sure. I don't know. I feel like it's really good. So this rating surprises me. And I'll tell you what, too, guys. I get a little bit annoyed sometimes by the notion that once people decide a card is bad, sometimes they never play it again, and it never gets its chance. That really stresses me out because it's like, oh my god, maybe we're just not seeing the data. Like, please play this card so we can see the data. Like, we need. We're going to do Dragon Pally first. I'm going to just run through all these cards real quick and talk about community ratings real fast, and then we'll do some more deck theory crafting. I kind of lied on my title here, but Violet Spell Sword. I almost think this card's almost decent, by the way. Like, a Tempo Mage could theoretically run this. I almost gave this 3 stars, but I think 2.4 is very fine. Underbelly Ooze, too slow. Some dude went insane on me on YouTube saying this is like the best card in the game. I do not agree. He said it was better than Grim Patron, which doesn't have attacks immediately. It's not better than Grim Patron, so no. He did bring up a cool combo. I forget what it was, but it still wasn't good. It's just cool. So, Sweeping Strikes. Give a minion also damages minions next to whomever this attacks. So, you guys are telling me to put this on a rush card. Put it on Darius. Get 3 times Darius attacks. Ride the Darius buffs. Other rush minions. I don't know. I feel like in that case, you're just running like a 2-card removal. That's maybe not better than just normal removal. And again, I think if you're using this with rush minions, you're often, if you're in a rush deck at least, you're often not going to have board states where this lines up well. To me, this card is hampered by context. I think 3 stars is fair for the record. Maybe I should have gave it 3 stars. I could see it as a 3-star card. Like, occasionally it finds a deck, like one deck that runs it, and it's like a tier 2, tier 3 deck, you know. I really don't think it's going to be a staple, though. I would not give this 4 stars. This is like a 2.5-star card to me. Maybe 3. Some of you seem to like it a lot more. But we'll see. We'll see. Tunnel Blaster, I do think it actually has some playability. 3.4 feels good. I don't know why Recurring Villain is so high. I think this card is terrible. It's just too hard to get it to buff over and over again. You have to do it every time. It's just so hard to get it. So hard. So hard to get it to work. Spellbook Binder, this is, I think, a little high. I don't know. It's not inherently bad. Stats make sense. It's got some upside, but I don't think conditional card draw is right for it. Portal Overfiend, I think the more expensive one's worse than the cheaper one, so I find these ratings funny. It's only 80 votes, so not a lot, but still probably almost close to statistical significance. I don't know. Some people on the Blizzard team are suggesting that these are really good with Plot Twist, which would be the only way Plot Twist works in my mind, is making the draw do something more than just give you choices. So if that's the case, maybe. I don't see it, though. Hunting Party, I think this is terrible. So I like this. I agree with the score. Heroic Innkeeper, I honestly think this score's too high. It's just too slow for what it does. It's worse than like Frostwolf Warlord, I think. Hingeclan Sneak, honestly, maybe a little better than this because it's a body. Like, some decks need bodies, consistent bodies. I don't think it'll really ever be played, but I don't think it's impossible. Flightmaster, agree, terrible. Faceless Rager, I think people spotted this one well. I think it has potential. It's going to be one of those things that either works or doesn't. It's hard to tell right now. We'll see, but I agree it's got some potential. Eccentric Scribe, that's a fine score. I think 2 is more close than 3. Darkest Hour, people like this a little bit for some reason. I have no idea why. I mean, I can understand the combo potential, the shenanigans you could do, but it seems impossible. It seems so hard to me. So I think this is weirdly, drastically overrated at 2.8. What's a 1-star card? A card that has 0 chance to see any sort of competitive play. 2-star cards are cards that are very unlikely to see competitive play, but have some aspect to them that gives them a little bit of hope. Like for instance, this guy, well, I think I gave him 3 stars technically, but a 2-star card has something where it's like, you know, Portal Overfiend, for instance. I don't think this card's gonna be played, but it does something unique and different and distinct, so there's a chance. So maybe that's a 2-star card, right? I don't even know if I gave it 2 stars. I'm gonna give it a 3, but I think you get the idea. Dalaran Crusader, 2 stars, totally fine. Burley, 2 stars is great. Azurite. I saw some people in my Discord like this, but I kind of agree. It's
all sorts of fun on the horizon.
I think I gave it 3, just because it's got a decent stat line. Like 7 health's a lot, so it's interesting, but I don't think it's really going to be played much. Risty dude, thank you for the 4-month resub. Welcome back. Welcome back. Recurring Villain with Undertaker and Prelate seems fun. Yeah, but when you
Aha!
Yes, like you just keep shuffling. But wait a minute, does the prelate shuffle the resummoned version back in too? We've seen some weird interactions with that with like Weasel Tunneler in the past, where because a prelate shuffles itself in. Like, does it shuffle itself in before it can resummon? I wonder if that actually works. I don't know. That may not work as like it seems at first glance. And then yeah, he doesn't have his death rattle when he comes back because he has to get it from Battle Cry. So you'd get an 8/5 every time, but it wouldn't chain forever. Like, it wouldn't chain forever. Arcane Servant, 2 stars, totally fine. This is a good example of a 2-star card, right? Like, it does nothing special. I don't think it's going to see play, but it is an elemental for 2 mana. So if there's some deck that just desperately needs elementals, there's this tiny glimmer of hope that it could see played, right? Arcane Fletcher, I agree. Ursatron, people like this one a little more than me. I think it's not tempo driven enough. I think 3 stars is fine. 4, it's inching towards 4. I think that's too high. Toxfen, I agree, is a very strong card. 4, I don't know if I give it up almost 5, but it's very good. I like Safeguard a little better than most people, actually. I think this thing's so sticky and defensive, some decks going to like it. Mutate, I think, is completely useless. I don't see 2 stars even out of it. I don't know why you'd ever run this. It's cool that it exists for Hagatha, but disagree with the 2 stars. Rapid Fire, that's fine. Underbelly Angler, I don't know. I almost gave this card 3 stars, but because I don't know that this is gonna work. Ursatron's underrated at 3.8. Oh my god, what? Really? You think so? I do not think Ursatron is underrated at 3.8. No. It's fine. It's a good card. I gave it 3 stars. I think it'll be played. I put it in. I already have played it. I put it in my Mech Death Rattle Hunter list, but I do not think it's underrated. It's too resource driven. It's not. I think you need your Death Rattle mechs to be tempo driven. I think you're gonna want, for the sake of Oblivitron, you're gonna want your mechs that you summon from hand to be tempo driven. Like I thought it was a risk even putting this in the deck in the first place, but Mutate isn't that bad. It just doesn't do anything. It just doesn't do enough, right?
I call foul. The recurring villain card should be Battle Cry. Transform into the card with the highest play rate this week. Kappa.
Intel, dude, that's a crazy idea. I like sort of changing the rules, but that would be kind of crazy. Like, could be way too good, right? It could be way too strong. It'd have to be like 9 mana or something, because some of the highest play rate cards might be. Well, maybe not. They're never usually expensive cards. So anyway, 4 stars I think is what I gave this one. It's fine. I think that's a little high. Soul the Murloc, I like this card. It's like Soul the Forest, but cheap. So I think 4, 3, and 6 is fine. Scargill, I think this is too high. I don't actually think this will be... I'm not even sure this should make the cut in Murloc Shaman. I put it in my list for the sake of testing it, but I'm not actually sure this will be... I'm not sure this will be played. I don't know. I understand the chain potential. Every time I say I think a card won't be played, people go, but Regis, you can do this. It's like, I know what we can do, but I just don't know that that's good.
Aha!
It might be the reload you need, but it's a one-of, so it's very inconsistent. We'll see. I think 3 stars is right. I think 4.5 is too high. I could see 4, but I think that's too high. Blessing of the Ancients. A lot of value, but I think it's still just not efficient enough. I think 3 is a little high. Mysterious Blade, that's fine. Sunreaver Spy, I actually think that's kind of crazy high. I think 4 is sufficient for this. I'm a little worried this card's actually not going to work. Part of me in the shower this morning was like, is Sunreaver Spy actually good? I don't know. We'll see. Don't be surprised if this card doesn't make the cut, though. I feel like it might not actually be that good. But it probably is. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, that's my logical assessment was 4 stars, but I have this inkling in the back of my brain that, like, maybe it won't be played. We'll see. Somebody's going to cite that and be like, Regis said Sunreaver Spy is terrible. Whoa! It's not what I'm saying. I think it's good. Just, you know. I hope Spy doesn't work, you know. Yeah, it definitely. Sunreaver War Mage, I do like this card a lot. I think that's a good score. Kirin Tor Tricaster, that's fine. I think I gave it 2, but I was really on the I couldn't decide 2 or 3 for this one, so.
It's weird that all of these Shaman Murloc cards came flooding in after Big Fin rotated. The Murglelix feels like a half-complete package ATM.
I think that's probably by design, Hinto, yeah. For better or for worse. I mean, I kind of wish we'd seen it all together, but Ultimately, I don't think Quest is good enough for Murlocs. The Quest itself is a problem because you got to give up your turn 1. So it is weird. I don't know exactly how the design philosophy there works, but it's probably going to be okay. I think Murlocs might work. I don't know what else Shaman's going to do. Control Shaman, I guess. Regis, why do you hate Hearthstone? That's exactly right. That's what I said last night. You nailed it. Regis, why? Heads up. Thank you for the $1 again, buddy. Good to see you, of course. Did I miss Ritzerl's sub? I really don't remember talking about it or Overrock. Did I miss both your guys' subs? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Overrock and Ritzerl's. My apologies. We're at 882 on the sub count, by the way, guys. 18 subs away from the next live $20 Blizzard gift card giveaway if we get to 900. 900 sub points will get us another live giveaway. Last time Spark somebody won? I don't even remember who. Shark Spark. That's a cool name. Make some decks ready. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're almost done. We're talking through these cards. We'll pick up the pace. I agree with you. Mad Summoner. I actually think this is too high. I don't see how you're gonna use this. I know the combo, but I think it's bad. Jumbo Imp.
Welcome.
I don't think it's gonna work. I think I actually should give this 2 stars. There's like the it's funny, guys. There's like when I do reviews, I try to be logical and careful and reasoned about it, and then like there's this instinctual side of me that happens behind the scenes where I'm like, this card sucks. This card's not gonna be played. Like, because at the end of the day, right, most Hearthstone cards don't get played. That said, this expansion, I think we have more opportunity for cards to be played than ever before. So we'll see. Slethic, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, sir. Welcome, welcome. 883 now, 17 to go. There's no waffle yet, guys. Don't do the waffle yet. Thoughts on Mana Reservoir? I can't decide, man. I think it's maybe better than 1.8. I was close to giving this 3 stars. Magic Carpet, 3 is fine, 2.9 is fine, but I don't really think it's good. I think Magic Dark Frog's better than others. I gave this card 4 stars. I think if you're going to have a Tempo Mage, this is going to be in there, right? It's just, it's not as good as Flame Waker because you can't be hyper aggressive, but sometimes you want the things to hit minions. If you're trying to play for more of a swingy board state, this could actually be advantageous for you. And I think the new Tempo Mage is going to be a little bit more like reactive and control oriented because of things like Mana Cyclone. You get a ton of resources, like you can go a little bit longer. I think that's kind of intriguing. So part of me thinks Magic Dark Frog is going to be a sick card, like a really powerful card.
So, random thought looking at the cards. Warlocks, Imps, Shamans, Murlocs. They missed the opportunity to do a Tiny Terrors expansion.
Tiny Terrors. Oh my god, you're right. We could have got some Snowflipper penguins back too. Tiny little scary beasts or something. Some mutant penguins. Maybe that's the next one, man. Maybe they're building up for it. Mana Reservoir. I think this card has some intriguing application to 6 health, but probably 0 attack is going to just keep it from doing anything. So it's probably the right score, but it's one to watch. Inferno. I think this is totally reasonable score. I don't know if it's going to get there, but just the AoE is nice. There's a little upside. Proud Defender, I just don't see this card. I know it's close. But I just don't think it'll make the cut. It's like a little bit better than Sinjin some of the time. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be good enough for most decks. Soldier of Fortune, I agree, is terrible. Unsleeping Soul, I think this is a little high, but fine. I like Waggle Pick better than most. I think you're going to be able to use this to do some cool stuff. I think 4/2 weapons are already good. It might occasionally backfire or do something you don't want it to do, but it's going to go in a deck where it makes sense. I think this card's better than 3 stars. I think it's 3.5 to 4. What do you think will be a sleeper card? I don't know. We're kind of looking at the scores right now to see if anything looks sleeperish, but I don't know. I don't disagree heavily on most yet. This is fine on Arcane Watcher. Yeah, it's just going to be totally dependent on Silence Priest working. Hinchclan Shade Quill. I don't like this as much as most people. It's like kind of a consistent Twilight Drake, I guess, but it's still like, it's, you know, do you compare it to Twilight Drake or do you compare it to Yeti? And if I compare it to Yeti, I'm like, oh, it's only 2 extra. Hell, yeah. If I compare it to Twilight Drake, I'm like, well, yeah, 4/7 Twilight Drake feels pretty good sometimes, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's that good. But I like Organized Soul Priest shenanigans. That's how we use this in the deck I made. So, I mean, I must like it a little bit, right? But we'll see. I think 3 is right. Convincing Infiltrator, this is a very high score. I gave it 4 stars. I think this card's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be that good. It's like one of the best cards in the set. I don't know about that. I think it's good, though. Just disruptive. Librarian, yeah, that's fine. I think I gave it 3. Fits pretty closely. I agree, Potion Vendor has a lot of potential. It may not be played at all for a long time, but just that much impact in a low-cost card is scary good. Conjurer's Calling, I didn't actually review this one, but I did give it 4 stars on in Discord and on a YouTube comment, but I forgot to review it, so I think that's fine. Just interesting potential in a card like this. We don't know if there's anything perfect yet, but I think there will be something. Mount Seller, that's fine, I agree. It's really slow, late-game card. Barista, yes, perfect. I agree completely. A little potential. Boom Reaver. I like that people didn't like totally crap on Boom Reaver. I think this is a fair score. Pretty much exactly what I think too. Really close to being 3 stars. Elysiana, yep, that feels good. Hinchclan Hag. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think I may have given this card 3 stars, but it's growing on me a little bit over time. I think it's a possible play for a couple different decks, so 3.8 feels great. I don't think Shimmerfly is nearly this good. Random Hunter spells are weak on average. I think just because it's a 1-drop doesn't make you good enough right now. I don't think this is 3 stars. I'd put it at 2. Dimensional Ripper, that's fine. I actually want to keep my eye on this card. I think 3 is a possibility. That's fine. 3, that's fine. 3. Fence. I'm going to tell you right now, Fence is a little more awkward than we thought. I don't think 5 stars is right. I think 4 is right. People are a little high here, but it is good. That's fine. For Call to Adventure. Big Bad Archmage, that's fine. Desperate Measures. I think 3 is right, maybe a little high here, but close. Tack, I think 4 is good. Vargoth, I think 4 is fine. I gave it 5. I think it will be played a lot. Although I'll tell you, yesterday I didn't see a lot of opportunities for it, so I'm starting to pull back a little bit on my opinion here. I think it might really be like a 4-star card, just because I was like, well, none of the decks I built yesterday were like loving it. So a lot of pros just think Mount Seller is going to be good. I don't know why. It's so late game. It's like, was Vexcro good? I feel like I'd rather have Violet Teacher or Vexcro. I don't know. I just don't think I'm there. Why is I not reading the message? But Regis, the exotic Mount Seller. Imagine the insane value. You summon a Silverback Patriarch. Your opponent assumes it's some form of unseen combo and then concedes. 100% foolproof. Perfect. You nailed it. You're right. They know they're gonna get boomed real quick. They are comparing it to Auctioneer. I don't know. If it is working, it's because the stat line's decent. But I don't really see it. I just don't see it. It seems so late game to me. And it's like, are the 3 mana beasts really enough to put it in your deck, right? Are they really enough to put it in your deck? Would you rather have 2 drops on turn 4 with... Why didn't Vexcro work, you know? Why doesn't Vexcro work? Which it might work still, we don't know. I just don't see it, guys. I think it's going to be too slow. Too late game. I feel like Auctioneer now allows you to do much crazier things than this allows you to do. I just don't know. To me, it looks like a worse Spiteful Summoner. Like a backwards, worse Spiteful Summoner. Like a Spiteful Summoner that requires you to spend more mana, and you end up with worse stats. That's how I'm seeing it. Like a 7 mana, 5/8 is the thing you get off of your Spiteful Summoner. The Beast is your 4/4 Spiteful Summoner, which often won't be a 4/4, but on average, I think it probably averages out to about a 3/3 or 3/4. So what you've done is you've required yourself to play a spell or 2, and you've gotten a Spiteful Summoner. That's not even a good Spiteful Summoner. It's like average or bad. Bad Spiteful Summoner. I just clicked that again accidentally. And it required you to do a few things to support it, like spend more mana. Now, there's not as much deck restrictions, but still.
Also, Regis, all of this misdirection is going too far. 140 fake new cards to concealed onto the dragons. Fake trailers. When will the license unleash the dragons, you mastermind?
I love your confidence. I love your confidence, Into. Perfect, dude. Thank you for the $1. Much appreciated. Great confidence. You know the truth. All right, let's move on. We'll just have to wait and see, guys. We'll wait and see. Desperate Measures, that's fine. I think it's a little high. Attack, oh, we're here. Dreamway Guardians, sure, I'm okay with that. Life Weaver, I think this is a little high. I think this card will be more awkward than it seems. Plot Twist, you guys know I think this is too high. I've thought about it even more, and I just can't convince myself it's worth it. If it works, it's going to be because there's some other supporting element. So Betrug or the new Portal cards, maybe those can make this work because they give you extra value out of your Plot Twist. Because as it stands, in a vacuum, this alone, to me, is not worth it. 3 to 5 choices of cards is not worth running this. But if you can get some 2/2s out of it, if you can get some minion summon, maybe.
3 cost beasts in 1 turn and small spell mage.
You could, yeah. I mean, two costs minions, right? What do you mean? 3 cost beasts. Oh, you mean with this card? Oh, I understand what you mean. You could, but again, it's so late in the game. Like, you're talking about, like, turn 10 plays. You're talking about, like, turn 9, 10 plays where it's, like, a 5/8 and a few 3/4s and a 5/5 and a 2/1, you know? Like, yeah, you can get a 5/5. You can also get a 2/1. I don't know. Why doesn't Illidan work better? Is the stat line on the beast the reason this is going to be so good? And how are you getting to turn 10 as a small spell mage holding on to 3 spells and an exotic Mount Seller, right? You're getting to turn 10 holding on to 5 cards like this? I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
1 dose of insanity I heard for Plot Twist. Duplicate Jekyllic praise. Several times. Use Plot Twist to cycle through your deck much more quickly. I am not endorsing this. Honest.
Duplicate Jekyllic. I don't actually even understand what you mean. Duplicate Jekyllic several times. Use Plot Twist to cycle through your deck more quickly. I don't think it'll cycle through. That wouldn't change how quickly you cycle through your deck, right? You just end up getting your Jekyllics back half the time. Like, if you had 8 Jekyllics in hand, you shuffled those in, you'd get a few more Jekyllics back. It wouldn't change the math, right? I guess you're saying if you're generating cards and you're not... Kind of makes sense. If you're generating cards, then you're swapping into cards that weren't generated, I guess, some of the time. But no, I know she's better than Illidan in some ways, but also not in other ways, right? Because she's only spells, not all cards. But really, the comparison, I think, Vexcrow, Violet Teacher, those sorts of summoning cards seem so much better to me. And Violet Teacher has been good, but not lately as much. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just not convinced. Describe to me the deck that gets to turn 9 or 10 that has some spells around that is really excited to play a 5/8, a 5/5, and a 3/3. Let's just say that's actually a pretty high roll example. Is there a deck that's really excited to do that that's running 1 mana spells and has all that in their hand by turn 9 or 10? What deck is excited to do that? I don't know that there's a deck that's excited. A deck that loses on turn 6 to aggro. That's my opinion. That's my take. That's my take. The problem with Mana Cyclone is it'll give you big high cost spells back. Like, you'll get mostly secrets. You'll get some cheap stuff maybe, but not super consistently, right? I just don't know what kind of looking deck does that. I think Druid in the past maybe could have done that with a lot of ramp, and you play this earlier and you have a lot of cheap cycle. Like, that's a possibility. I don't think Mage is going to want to run this, Tempo Mage. I feel like you need to be faster in Tempo Mage. Thief Rogue with Espionage? I don't think that's going to work. Because you got to cycle cards in that deck. You'll be out of cards. You can play it on 7 and have it stick. That feels really bad to me too. It just gets Shadow Word Death. It gets Siphon Soul. Do you know what I mean? And then you've committed half your deck plan to this card that doesn't really do much. I don't know. I just don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. I'm not trying to be contrarian or argumentative. I just don't see it. The context is not there for me. Can we see the sick burn graphic? Sure. Sick burn. Sick burn! Wow, it's just a prank, bro. In Tempo Mage, you have Antonitis anyway. Why are we running bad Antonitis? That's actually a good point, too. Yeah. If you run it in cross comparatives, I think I'd rather have Auctioneer or Antonitis. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yes, Mackie D3, I will take a look, but let me... Yeah, I guess I'll take a look right now, actually. Aggro Burn Shaman, Mana Reservoir, Serenite Taskmaster Krogwa. Yeah, man, it's pretty sweet. Did you fill out the spell curve a little better? Yeah, it works. Yeah, I like it, man. I wonder if there's no overload synergies you could run with Unbound or something. A lot of overloads, but I think it's pretty chill. Looks good to me. I have no idea if it'll work, but 9 lives, very strong. I agree with this. Vendetta, very strong. I agree with this. Acorn Bearer. Actually, this is a better score than I thought people would give this. I don't think it's that good, but I think it's good. Crystal Song Portal. I don't think this card's actually very good. This is really high to me. The conditions, annoying. Druid minions on average are just kind of meh. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. There's a lot that want you to do specific things that you may not want to do. So this, to me, feels like you're going to end up with awkward results pretty often. So, I don't know. Magic Trick, yeah, it's fine. I don't know if it's actually 3 stars or not, but it's okay. Tempo Mage certainly looks decent. Eager Underling, I agree. Just too awkward. Batterhead, that's fine. Katrina Muerte, I think, has some potential. It's a cool card, so sure. Mark Shot, maybe a little high for me, but 3 is reasonable. Duel, I think I like this a little better than average. I think certain decks could use this well. Can I post a deck for you? Sure. Give me a second. I'm going to try to finish off these cards real fast. Shadowy Figure, awkward, I agree. Not amazing. Unseen Saboteur. Yeah, that's fine. Nozari, I like this better than these people. I think 4 is better. I think this is just something you'll have time to play. Mana Cyclone looks good. Ray of Frost. I think I maybe underrated Ray of Frost a little. I think 3 stars here is good. Rissa, 4 stars fits. Muck Morpher, that's fine. Walking Fountain, I do not think is a 5-star card. I actually don't think this is going to be played, to be honest. I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars or something, but my real instincts say this won't be played. I don't know. Maybe a Control Shaman can play it. I take that back. I think 3.5 stars is right for this. Hacklebot, that's fine. Fellord Betrug. I think it's probably not going to be played. That might be a little high. Crystal Power's fine. Stag is fine. Slurper's fine. Mass Res is fine. Maybe even a little high, perhaps, but fine. Herald is it's fine. Speaker's fine. Geppetto Joy Buzz is fine. Hogsteed, I think, might actually be a little low here. I think Hogsteed, I might have given it 3 stars as well. I don't remember, but I think it could be an early game card. There's not that many early game cards right now. I think this is a possibility. Varese is fine. Evil Genius is fine. Conscriptor's fine. Never Surrender's good. Stiladris is good. Unleash the Beast is good. Lightforge Blessing. I don't like this card much. I think the score is actually pretty on point, though. Raven. I think I like Raven a little better than average. I think this could be 4 stars. Power Creation's fine. Khadgar. I actually think I probably gave Khadgar 4 stars, but I don't think Khadgar is going to be played, guys, to be honest. After trying to build a deck around him, I don't know. I think 2 stars right now is right. Maybe someday, but for now, I don't think he's going to be played. Healer's fine. I don't like Contract as much as most people. We should probably talk about this card a little bit, because I don't like it as much as most people. Deals damage to adjacent minions is really good. Like, I think that one's cool. Assassin, that's okay, but not amazing. Coins, sort of good, but then you've kind of made a walk the plank almost in a way, but with a little kind of different operational aspects. And then add a copy is, it's okay. I don't know. I don't think there's much upside to it. I don't think Rogue is going to need those things. Burglar is probably a little high, but fine. Togwaggle, I agree, is really good. Caliber, I think that's a little high. I think 3 stars is appropriate. Boom is good at 4. It's fine. Yeah. I gave this card 2 stars because I still think there might be some way to break it someday, but That's totally fine. Evil Cable Rat, that's fine. Goblin's a little high to me. I think 3 is more appropriate. Lazul, 4 is good. Mega Devastator, it's a great card, sure. Reform Scheme is bad, I agree. Improved Morale is weak, I agree. Oblivitron, I think is weak, I agree. Scheme, yep, that's fine. Hagatha at 4 is, I think, a little high, actually. I think Hagatha's really slow. I think 3 is appropriate here.
Legendary.
All of this talk of villains in the earlier discussion made me think. Can we get playable versions of Onyxia, Hagar, and Illidan? It's criminal in hindsight how low power level they are.
Particularly
Sad
Illidan.
face.
Yes, Illidan is insane. To be one of the most powerful, recognizable characters in Warcraft and have a really underpowered Hearthstone card. Scheme, I agree, is solid. Forest 8, I agree, is a little slow and weak. Jeweler, probably 2 stars, that's fine. Calicos, I think this is overrating Calicos a fair bit. I think 3 or 4 is way more appropriate. Hagatha Scheme at 4 is maybe overrating. I think top decks make this risky, but it's fine. Forbidden Words, probably 3 stars in my head right now. Evil Miscreant, sure, it's fine. Nomi, probably agree with that. Rafam, I think, is actually pretty solid. So there we go. We're done. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree too much on a lot of these. There's a few key cards I'm pulling away from the community a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, I'm in line with most people's opinions. Nothing too crazy different. Really, plot twist. Apparently, exotic mount, but most people agree with me. It's some of you guys specifically. Exotic mount seller. A lot of you like. I don't know. I would love to be wrong though. I would love it. Shamanistical. So, what do you think about your shaman cards you finally saw, buddy? How do you feel about those? And let me see if we can go back to Hearthstone now. This might not be the right way to do this. Probably just better to type it in, but I believe. I have faith. Nope, won't work. Oh, it's still here. Cool. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Had a hair in my mouth, guys. Weird. Beard hair, I think. Stray beard hair. All right, so let's build a deck. That's what we're all here for. Well, maybe not. Maybe you guys are here for me to talk about cards. Also, let me take a look at this Control Hakar Pally. So we got Hakar. Whew, a lot of late game already. Makes me a little nervous how much late game there is, but it's probably okay. Okay. I worry you've got a lot of like early game and removal, but maybe no mid game. I don't know. But is there some kind of combo here? I guess you're going to try to Hakar and then Elysiana. I wonder if it'd almost be better with Prince Liam. Like, it might just be easier. But I understand wanting to add some extra depth to your deck, so. How do you kill your Hakar? Does it just kind of die? Yeah, it seems like it's just going to kind of die. That might be a little risky. I don't know. I like the heal package, though. It looks good. Looks like a good start, man. Looks like a good start. So let's build a Dragon Paladin, guys. All right. Dragon Paladin. So we've got some new Dragon Paladin synergy cards, right? Bronze Herald and the Dragon Speaker specifically. Kind of a Dragon hand buff package. And we've got... the new dragon, Nozari, which is pretty chill. Oh, Devris, let's see what he's saying here. This is going to be amazing. By now we know how to play OTK Shrivel Pally. That's a weird copy paste. I don't know what that copy paste is. I had tried to put together a mid-range Dragon Paladin. Could you take a look? Let me build mine first, man. I wanna try to build one, no fear. You know I want to build my own. We'll take a look at it after and compare, but we'll run through mine first and then see how it goes. So we also have the Cathedral Gargoyles Dragon Synergy card that I think makes a ton of sense. Now looking at this package of dragons, like, how do we want this to go? Is Nozari actually the right move here, for instance? Because if I look at these cards, I'm seeing sort of a, I guess, a more mid-rangey deck, right? Like, they're not raw control cards necessarily. I mean, they seem to play a little bit more on curve and seem to support having like some big 7/7s and stuff in the mid game. That's always a good way to go. Need a ban hammer for one Dan. I already banned Dan like 2 seconds after it happened, guys. It already happened. I don't know if you can see when that happens or not, but it's already done. Look and see what dragons are and go from there. That's a good idea. Just see where the dragons are. I like that. That's a good strategy because we may end up being more control oriented, right? That's a possibility based on the dragon packages we find. Rise of Shadows, that's the only 3 dragon synergy cards. Okay. So we have like Nightmare Amalgam. Fire Tree Witch Doctor certainly is an interesting 2-drop as well. Scale Worm's a cool card. Twilight Drake maybe. Scorcher's certainly fine. Crowd Roaster's fine. And then we got the big boys here at the end. So if I'm looking at the big boys.
Legendary.
Okay, hear me out. Big Hand Mage with Conjurers, Calling, and Giants, Splitting Image. The new twin spells and magic trick to keep your hand full, and Khadgar.
Young Lindika, thank you for the... Or no, Young Indy. Let's see, Young Indy, California. Young Indica. No, never mind, I got there. That's a Devil's Grass reference, I think. I don't know for sure. $5 though. Thank you for the $5 donation. And we already tried something similar, man. If you go to check out my Hearthstone profile, I can't do it now because I'm going to lose my deck progress. But we already made something pretty similar. Now, we did not run Splitting Image, but we did run Conjurer's Calling and a bunch of hand-filling sorts of things and summoning sorts of things with... I think we added Giants. I think we ended up with Giants. Devil's Grass. I'm glad you guys like that. I don't actually think that's a... this is clearly not my opinion on it. I just thought it was a funny... Devil's Lettuce. That's even better. Yes, there you go. That's even better. So... let's find some dragons here. I'm glad this is going to go on YouTube later, by the way. But thank you again. And if you go to my Hearthstone profile, Indica, you'll be able to find it. It's just like search for like Regis Kilbin up here or whatever, and it'll take you to the list. If you just go to Hearthstone, it's just hearthstone.com. You might know Hearthstone, you probably do. But you'll see it. It was like Khadgar, Giants, Twilight Drake. It was basically a hand summoner mage, which is exactly what you're kind of describing. Yeah, it's we made it last night, so it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's perfect. It felt kind of weird when we were making it, to be honest, but it has potential. So, I mean, if we look at the late game dragons, right? Like, I don't know. I think Alex Ross is probably overkill if we're running Nozari. I don't know if we actually want to run either. We might want to make more of a sort of mid-rangey deck. I think Ysera is intriguing, though, because she offers a little bit of a different kind of value package. So, I mean, looking at this, right, we have this sort of super sick smooth curve. Is this a mid-range deck, though, I guess? Yeah, I mean, it's got some late-game stuff. I don't know if Nozari's perfect for this deck. It's like, can we generate enough like resources to be control decks or enough pressure to be control decks? I mean, Dragon Speaker's a lot of stats. I don't think Twilight Drake makes sense. We're not going to have full hands often, right? We're going to be playing out cards on curve. Although, I don't know, Bronze Herald is adding dragons to the hand. Fire Tree Witch Doctor's adding cards to the hand. We might actually be able to play Twilight Drake successfully. I feel like it could be a buff. It could get a buff, right, and be like a 7-10 pretty often, you know? Like, I think this is a possibility. We could definitely run Thakal. I think that's okay. Duel and big dragons. I'm worried we have to run small minions, so duel may not work.
Time to tell you that this deck clearly needs a Garubashi chicken. You dodged the bullet there.
Thank you, Pyro, for the 100 bits, man. Good morning. Good to see you. I don't know how on earth we're up to 418 viewers already, guys. That's crazy. It's crazy. If it's a 4-6, it's okay. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be amazing. It just needs to be a dragon, because dragons empower our deck in some ways. Also, dragons get buffed from the dragon speaker. So the Twilight Drake doesn't have to be a 4-10, right? It just needs to be a dragon and be decent, which I think it will be regularly. So I feel like this is a neat little core. I mean, I do think it's trending a little bit too late game maybe for what I want it to be, but we have some really powerful mid game stuff. It's not quite a control deck. It's still kind of a mid-range deck. but it can definitely go long if it needs to, right? But the idea here is probably to like overwhelm my opponent on turn 6, turn 7 with just big old dudes and crowd roaster swings and just get the board on turn 4 or 5, right, and just hammer from there, I think is the plan. Now, the question is, how do we support that, right? How do we add some complementary cards here that help us do that? Do we need to add more control aspects, for instance? Do we need to add better curve cards? Like, do I need to add in 1-drops and stuff? Do I need to add in, like, Argent Squires just to make sure I'm staying equal on the board? So do we want to move more towards tempo and mid-range, or do we want to move more towards control is the question. That's the thing I don't know the answer to. Like, clearly, Thakal has some synergies with Nozari, right? Like, and it's just a decent 3-drop for a mid-range deck. Secret Package, I don't want to go Secret Package because we've already built a Secret Paladin deck. Like, we did that already. But, like, what about an Aldor Peacekeeper, right? Like, this could be a sick card if we're running more control style. Just going to toss in some things I think make sense for us. Consecration and True Silver Champion probably makes sense. Xandelari Templar is only really good with Nozari. I think that's probably too inconsistent. Although if I have a lot of 4-drops already, I don't know if I can run a True Silver. Consecration does something a little unique. Like, we could run Shrink Ray, right? Shrink Ray Pyro stuff. But I don't know if going more control is the right route. Gurabashi Chicken definitely fits. I kind of feel like going more mid-range is the right route, guys.
Marsh could be an interesting choice if you're gunning for mid-range. If the hand buff hits it, that's a huge body.
Yeah, but how do I deal with the... Paladin doesn't have a good way to deal with the downside. I don't know how to handle the dude. We got to kill the 2-1. I don't have a good easy weapon or a good easy activator. Divine Shields can be, but... I don't know if I want to go full on control, guys. I feel like more of a mid-rangey deck is going to feel better. I think the call is still fine because it's got a good body for its stat line, right? I kind of think I want to go more mid-rangey, not full control. Like, I think I want some 1-drops and like I could go Crystallizer, Argent Squire. Gurubashi Chicken still a possibility. I think running some like lifesteal minions could be good, for instance. I don't hate Serenite Taskmaster either. I know a lot of us wanted to go control here, but I don't know if I have enough reactive stuff now, though. I don't know. I feel like we're too split now. Definitely Ziliax makes sense. Yeah, Ziliax is good. Lifesteal is what we need anyway, so. Because the call, you don't want the call to be only supported by Nozari. I don't even know if Nozari is right. I think we might move away from Nozari, to be honest, which is kind of sad because this is like a dragon deck here. Ziliax and Hinchland Hog's Deeds are pretty zoomy. Yeah, they're zoomy indeed. Yeah, Tremendous, that sounds pretty crazy. I don't think I want to go this crazy late if I'm gonna stay more of a tempo deck. It's hard to find good 1-drops right now, by the way, guys, with no Dire Mole. I just added a card accidentally. What was that? Stormbite Commando. Hard to go for 1-drops now without Dire Mole, man. Where's Dire Mole? Like, that's the staple. Oh, we can run Glowtron in Paladin, though. Hold up. I think I like that better than Taskmaster. Glowtron, Argent Squire, Crystallizer. Gargoyle, Fire Tree, Witch Doctor on 2. We have Hero Power on 2 as well sometimes, which is fine. I do actually like the Aldor in there still to give me a little bit of reactivity, right? I don't know if this deck is good enough right now.
I have a gut feeling that we will get more Helidin cards in the next 2 expansions.
You might be right, Pyro. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. We lost the Spellstone, which would have been really cool to test all this stuff. Would have been really cool. I do know we have no spells, yeah, and I think that's an issue, to be honest with you. Like, we have some reactive minions, which is good, like Scale Worm, that's reactive, you know. Albert Peacekeeper's reactive. Fire Tree Witch Doctor can generate spells, but I do feel like we need more, well, I don't know, Crowd Roaster's reactive as well. I honestly think Nozari's wrong, guys. I think this is going to be more of an aggressive Dragon Paladin deck. Sort of. I worry, though, because Bronze Herald is not really an aggro card, right? Like, it's kind of understated. You're adding these dudes to your hand that aren't really that well statted either. They only get good after turn 5. I think we've shifted this too low cost. If you're going to make it about Dragon Speaker and Bronze Herald, like, those are not really kind of mid-rangey card. They're not aggro-y cards. You know, they're way more mid-range, late-game focus. Like, Dragon Speaker means you're not making good plays until turn 6 plus. And it's like, I don't want to be making good plays turn 6 plus. I want to be making good plays, if I'm running an aggro deck, turn 4, 5, 6. And then I'm running like kind of weak cards turn 3, weak card turn 5. So I think we've got to go back. I think we've got to shift it again towards control. I think we went too far the other direction. It's still fine to run some 1-drops just because they're going to be nice. I think we got to go back a little more towards control. Or not even really control, but like late mid-range, right? 26 cards. I actually think I am going to add in a Nozari again. I think we went too low, just based on Herald and Speaker. I think I can add a Ysera again. But I still don't think we have enough removal. Like, I'm going to have to cut something. I don't know what to cut. I feel like maybe Nightmare Amalgam can be cut. I'd like it a lot with Ziliax. But I already have Glowtrons for Ziliax. I think I need some early game to stay competitive, right? Can we start off with 2-drops, right? I don't know. I like Crystallizer with some of our Lifesteal and Nozari stuff. That'll be fine. Scorcher, it's intriguing too. I don't know if we're going to need Scorcher. How much token is there, you know? I feel like if I'm cutting a card first, I feel like it's going to be Amalgam. Maybe Aldor Peacekeepers I could cut, but I like those. I think those are going to be important. So I'm at 28 cards. I need to add, like, Consecration and maybe even Equality or Shrink Ray, right? I need some removal if I'm running more of a late game. I need a reset style play. I need a reset, because we might fall behind sometimes and need to flip after falling behind, right? Does every late game control deck need the 8-mana 7/7 replace your deck? I don't think so. Maybe. Not on day 1 when this deck will be played, or day 2 maybe. You guys like Shrink Ray better than Equality? Do I really need it? I guess it is better on its own in some cases. Sure. Doesn't change the math a lot. I don't think I want to run Pyro, weirdly enough. I think maybe just Consecration's enough. I also have the Dragonmaw Scorcher. So if I get desperate late in the game, I can still combo that out together. And Shrink Ray itself can just slow things down for me, which is nice. It's 32 cards, though, so something's got to go. Something's got to go. I feel like Nightmare Amalgam is my first choice. I already have a lot of 3-drops. I have a lot of 5-drops, too, but that's because of Shrink Ray. I know the Amalgam has the Ziliax thing, but that's just like just 1 card. I don't think that's worth going crazy over. Okay. How do we feel about this? Dragon... I almost hesitate to call it control. It's really almost... Glowstone tech too slow? I think so. I don't want to go too crazy on hand buffs, because, like, theoretically, 4-mana 7/7s are good enough, and, big crowd roasters are good enough. 10/7 crowd roasters and stuff. No, we're keeping Ziliax. Yeah, it has Glowtron. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's a small synergy, but just possible bonus, So the idea here is, keep up with the board early to mid. Do a pretty good job of staying alive early to mid with minions and reactivity. And then if you get super far behind, you have some removal. And then the idea is to sort of play a huge number of threats. Turn 6, 7, 8, just drop some bombs.
Instead of Ysera, she'll bring them back down to 15 after healing them.
We could, but I'm hoping that we just have enough big minions that it doesn't matter, right? If we have 4, 5, 7 attack minions, at some point, like we're just gonna push through them anyway. And you don't have to play Nuzari if you're ahead, right? Like if we're ahead on board and we're winning, it's not like you're forced to play Nuzari. This is more of sort of the desperate Thakal bonus card. Like if we go into a late game scenario and we need a lot of stuff, we can play Nozari and do our thing. I do wonder if like running an Elysiana in this deck would make sense just to give us the like the real advantage against control decks. I don't have any card draw in this deck either though. Ugh. We have a lot of card generation with Herald and Firetree Witch Doctor. Man, it's like I want to fit in all these dragons, but I don't know if there's time. Maybe Crowd Roaster's wrong, guys. I don't know if Crowd Roaster's actually good. I don't know. Frost Dragon says the same thing. Yeah, I actually think we might need to cut the Crowd Roasters. Do I need them? I like Crowd Roaster. But I feel like we may not need it. Kills Tack Nos Whiskers. It does. I do like the heal 4 draw. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Ugh, there's so many things I want to run here, and we can't run them all. Ugh. I don't know what to cut. I don't know what to cut. Maybe Dragon Maw Scorcher can be cut. We have a lot of 5-drops already. But I think it's cool with Shrink Ray. Maybe we cut one of each of these reactive ones. And then we run Flash of Light. That's a good heal option for us, I think. It's even good with big minions, right? Like, it's kind of cool with big minions. Have we done Burgle yet? Yeah, we did build a Thief Rogue. Okay, I like this a little more, I think. I think maybe being stuck to Ysera and Nozari are... Actually, I don't think Ysera's better than Elysiana. I think Elysiana might just be better than Ysera. Even though she's not a dragon, like, she gives you a... The whole point of running Ysera was, like, extra resources against control decks, right? But Elysiana does that probably even better. I think Elysiana is even better than Ysera at doing that. She can give us that sort of late game emergency out. Late game emergency out. How would you win the board with this deck? Just good minion presence. Scale Worms are reactive. If we totally lose the board, we have clears with Shrink Ray Consecration. But, I mean, we have a pretty solid curve. I mean, theoretically, we're going to be playing out some minions. I don't think there's nearly as much risk of, like, super early board dump anymore. Like, Heal Zoo can't go crazy anymore and dump a hand. I think it's going to be more 1-for-1 minions in the early game in most decks right now. So I don't actually think it'll be hard to keep up. Why no Alex? I just don't think it makes sense. Pyro is a possibility, but I don't know. I prefer the Consecration because it's good on its own, and I don't want to lose too many of my 2-drops. If you play Elysiana and you have no cards in your deck, I presume you still get 10. Yeah, you should replace 0 cards with 10 cards, right? Without card draw, Elysiana is terrible. Do you expect to get to turn 25 or more? The thing is with Elysiana, you can just... So if I get in the late game, right, like, even if I have 15 cards still in my deck, I can play Elysiana and try to discover 5 big things and, like, emergency outs and just extra crazy resources that wouldn't otherwise be possible. Because you're going to be biased towards Paladin cards, which might mean you get a lot of secrets. It might be risky, but you might also get, like, extra Tyrians and just top deck some really powerful stuff that could help you get there. You could even put extra card draw in there. I think it's just a cool emergency out. Cool emergency out. Put in a card. No, that would be too far. I don't want to go that. That's too far. I think Elysiana's already kind of a greedy. I think all of our late game cards we've added, Ysera, Elysiana, Nozari are all sort of greedy ads. I think we're being sort of greedy with it, but we'll see. I think this deck has got a little bit of an identity crisis because it's not really mid-range. It's not really control. It does play a bit like the old Dragon Warrior, I think, in a way. Probably not as aggressive, but similar amounts of reactivity in the like early to mid game. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Couple rush minions to react, couple AoEs, couple swing cards. I think it can stay up. It's not really a dragon deck. I don't know about that. What would make it a dragon deck other than running Dragon Speaker and Fire Tree Witch Doctor and Scale Worm and like 7 dragons? I don't how could we have like all of the Dragon Synergy cards. Cathedral Gargoyle, Scale Worm, Fire Tree Witch Doctor. I hope I have enough dragons, honestly. I mean, we should with Bronze Herald, right? Like, this is adding a lot of dragons to hand, so hopefully that's enough. I mean, honestly, I don't have that many, though, now that I'm looking carefully. We have Nozari, Crowd Roaster, Scorcher. Drake times 2 is 5. Man, I only have 5. Herald, again, fixes that a little bit, but I'm worried I don't have enough now. Huh. Is there any quick way to fix that? Maybe adding a Ysera. Maybe I'm going to add Ysera back in, because I don't have enough dragons. I don't think I have enough dragons. Oh, I didn't count the Herald itself. Oh, that's 7. That's 7 by default. I forgot to count the Herald, I think, didn't I? 2 for Herald. 2 for Drake. Scorcher. Roaster. Nozari. 7. I think 7 might actually be enough. Because then the Herald adds 2 more twice. That's 11 total dragons this deck can have access to. Might reduce the impact of Dragon Speaker, but it probably only has to hit 3 or 4 times. I think 7's fine. I think we're fine, actually. I forgot about the Herald being a dragon itself. So, okay. Dragon Paladin is done. What's next? I don't know what's next. By the way, guys, 435 viewers. That's crazy. Thank you for hanging out. Let's build... let's see. Control Shaman. Build a Control Shaman. We can do Betrug after this. We'll do Betrug next. We've already did Secret Paladin, Praebog. We did that last night. We already did a Control Heal Druid. I still do want to do an Aggro Heal Druid, but we got started with Heal Druid last night. So this time around, let's build a Control Shaman. I want Swamp Queen Hagatha. Part of the purpose here will be to kind of test this card to see if it works. I also want regular Hagatha, because she's a value machine that I think will be important if we're going to run a control deck. I need to go here to make sure my cards are right. Now, how do we support these 2 cards, right? How do we make these 2 things work well together? I think we just want to go grab the best sort of control shaman tools we have access to, because a lot of them have gone away. So hexes for sure. Lightning storms, definitely. No volcano. Hagatha Scheme, though, is something we're going to want. I think we can toss in a Witch's Brew for sure. Maybe 2. 2 for now. We'll come back and see. I don't know if they'll stick, but Hagatha Scheme makes me nervous, but we're going to try it. All right. And I think the goal for this deck, right, is to just outvalue and remove and just generate a lot of resources and exhaust our opponent, right? Fatigue Priest later? Maybe. Are there new cards in particular that support Fatigue Priest? I'm not sure there are. Definitely want... I think Krogwa's fine. Yeah, Krogwa's really good with just all of our different spells. Sure. I like Krogwa, okay. Zentimo might also be cool with Hex, honestly. Like, that's fine. We don't have quite as much cool stuff as we did in the past for Shaman. We have made a Dr. Boom deck, yes. 1 mana lackey that gives a 1 mana minion that gives a lackey, sure. We need minions for Hagatha, yes. I agree. I don't want to go too hard that route, though. Like, I still need my cards to be sort of driven by controlling aspects, right? I'd almost as soon have
Aha!
I don't know. We got to be careful, right? We don't want... Oh, I think Vargoth would be very cool in this deck, by the way. A lot of spells here we'd like to see. Lightning Storm, Witch's Brew, fine. Scheme could be not amazing, I guess, but fine. But we also just have spells generating we don't even know about, right? So... honestly, Haunting Visions might be good in this deck, too. We don't have... and we need card draw, so Manatite Totem's good. Farsight's probably fine. I think a card like Witch's Apprentice could be good, just generating a lot of resources. Omega Heal, dude. Yeah, also Electra. Omega Heal, dude. You think? Really? I don't know. I mean, it's really good with Scheme, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good with Scheme. We do need minions. Yeah, we have too many spells right now. Hagatha at the moment is like useless. So we gotta fine tune this and see where we go next. We do have a lot of spells. So I like the idea of lackey generation in some ways, right? That's one way to get extra minions. For Hagatha, but I don't know if they're really competing on the early board necessarily. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of totem plays, I guess, which are kind of good. Is that a Ridge Wallet ad I see? I don't see one. There's one in... Oh, there's one in the chat, yes, if that's what you mean. I heard we'd be able to get Vargoth for free. Yeah, I don't know when that starts, but you are correct. I think we're supposed to get Vargoth for free. So let's see. What other minions would be fitting in this sort of deck? Menacing Nimbus does chain into more minions, but I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. Spirit of the Frog seems risky. Thunderhead, Totem Cruncher. Man, I'm just not seeing that many exciting like Hagatha plays here. Jeez, guys. I mean, gosh. This is harder than I thought to find cards I want to play. The rotation is really wreaking havoc on my brain, guys. Really wreaking havoc. There are not that many good cards right now. I think we could toss in a Walking Fountain. That's a big old late game sort of stabilization tool. I just do not have minions right now. Shutterwalk's not going to work for us. Storm Chaser into Hagatha's Scheme. Storm Chaser. Is Storm Chaser... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I like that, actually. Yeah, that could be really nice. It's guaranteed to get Hagatha's Scheme at this point, which is honestly pretty good, because you want to get the Scheme as soon as you can. I like that. I like that.
Aha!
I feel like I have a lot of cards that aren't really doing anything, guys. Like, I'm staying alive for a while, but I don't know if I'm ever really counter pressuring or like... I don't know that I'm really doing anything. I don't know that there comes a point where it's like, aha, I've got you now. You know? Like, where's that point? It's just a lot of random spell generation. A lot of stuff that doesn't really do anything. I also don't know if Vargoth is that good. It's pretty good with Lightning Storm. It's not bad with Farsight or Haunting Visions. I guess it's just a minion to play. It's actually pretty solid. Wind Fury plus the Whirlwind Dude. No, this wouldn't be that kind of deck. That's just really going to be tough to work.
Aha!
Is Teemo really only combos like Hex, right? Well, let's take a look and see. It's a good question. Witch's Brew, technically, sort of, but not really. Yeah, Movies and Teemo doesn't work very well right now. I think it is very cool with Hex, but I don't think a one use case scenario is worth it for it, right? Do we want to run anything more proactive, you know? Like we could toss in a Thunderhead and some Overload stuff. I don't think so. I don't hate Rain of Toads, maybe. It's just a big kind of stall scenario. Also, the same could be said for Feral Spirit, just to kind of stall out the board. But I think I need more playable minions, not summonable minions. So 1 minion, that's 4 minions. 5... 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14 minions. I don't actually think that's so bad. Shudderwalk will fully heal you with the horror from Hagatha and Omega Mind's battle cry. Potentially, yes. Yeah, actually, the order goes right. Can we make Shudderwalk work? I would like to have Shudderwalk, honestly, just to give me more. Maybe it's good enough on its own. It's going to have the Hagatha battle cries, which is good. The Krogwa battle cry is reasonable. Storm Chaser battle cry is fine. If I could add some Witch's Apprentice battle cry is fine. It could just be a value bomb. Instead of, what we know Shudderwalk has in the past, I think a value bomb would be fine. Are there any other good? Like, maybe we do run the Sludge Slurpers just to get Shudderwalk lackey value and just extra minions, just to get the game started. This is 2 minions in 1, which is good for 2 cheap minions, which is really good for Hagatha. Menacing Nimbus is probably the same kind of thing. Hagatha is not a spell. What do you mean? I don't understand. The Hagatha minion, well, you might be right, actually. I don't know if the Omega Mind thing works. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah, you're probably right. Because Hagatha's minion casts spells, but do they count as spells or do they count as a battle cry? I don't know. Maybe. I think Alakir's probably too slow. I don't really know what it does for us. I think I'd rather just have the Walking Fountains just to have a heal option, right? This deck still feels pretty weird, though. I don't really feel like it does anything. The Battlecry on the 5/5 says cast. Yeah, I don't know if it counts as spell damage or minion damage, though, for Omega Mind. Omega Mind's probably good anyway, and Shudderwalk's probably good anyway. Ziliax is a good option. Yes, Ziliax. Yeah, I like that. We can toss in a Ziliax. We're at 31 with Ziliax, but we can pare down, I think. We might cut the Vargoth, which I keep doing. Like, that's not a good sign for the card. I keep cutting it down, and it's like, eh. Omega Mind is bad. Do you think so? I don't know. It's a minion. It's a lot of life gain, potentially. With Hagatha Scheme is the idea. It's like a full heal with Hagatha Scheme.
Boys,
in a lot of cases, right?
Room by the hearth, won't ya?
Specifically. Like, you clear the board and heal to full is kind of crazy, I think. So, Luke Y, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, man. Welcome. We're at 879. We've actually lost a couple subs today on the stream so far. That happened. Some roll off, from a month ago, and then we gain a few and some roll off. But 879 is still very crazy, and 21 subs away now from the 900 sub goal, where we'll do a live $20 Blizzard gift card giveaway. Live on stream. Anybody can win. Anybody watching can win. Thanks, Luke Y, man, for the kind words. Cut Witch's Brew. I think that actually might be a good idea, because we already have so much healing in the deck, right? Like, the deck has a ton of healing.
Aha!
We got Life Steal, we got Omega Mind stuff. We got a lot of defensive options. I agree with that. I like that. Cut it. Cut it! Any other just late game bomb style cards? Like, this deck could have ran like a Lich King in the past, that sort of thing. Anything there that feels really good for us? There are certainly less of those. Like an Elysiana, again, might make sense. Barista Lynchin actually is intriguing. With that Shudderwalk in there, we do have some Battlecry cards too that I like. Lot of Battlecry minions. Let's do it. Let's add a Barista. Think that could be nice. Shaman Disco says, I honestly cannot be happy, Regis, with cards like Soul to Murlocs and Scargill. I think Murloc themed class identification for Shaman plays everything I think is right. Nice, dude. I'm glad you were stressed out yesterday. I'm glad to know you've turned the corner. It's awesome, dude. It's really good.
Boys,
hey, Eternal, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Much love, man. Thank you, Eternal. Appreciate it. Enjoy your sub badge, your new emotes, all kinds of fun stuff. I like this okay, guys. I think Shudderwalk adds some interesting depth, a lot of value generation. I think we can just kind of go forever. One thing I do worry about is fatigue. Part of me wants to run an Elysiana. I think I'd almost rather run Elysiana than Vargoth, right? Because I feel like we might actually have some big fatigue concerns. Also, Elysiana's sort of nuts with Shudderwalk if we go that late, too. Because we can live forever, but only if we don't start taking a ton of fatigue, right? Like, we can control, but at some point we're going to lose to fatigue if we're not careful. Didn't he rotate? Arcane Giant is gone, I think, right? Arcane Giant's been gone for a while. hasn't Arcane Giant been out of the game for like a year already? He was like a Karazhan card, right? Ugh, Sun Reaver Regis. Look at that card. Sun Reaver. Oh, yeah, it's not a bad idea. We only have the one spell, though. I think we only have Hagatha Scheme. So I don't think that's consistent enough. I think it's too risky. I do like it, but I don't think it's consistent enough. I like this list, guys. We're 30. I think it's got a reasonable curve, some cool late game scenarios, a lot of value generation, a lot of removal, hardcore control shaman. I'm a little worried about the early to mid game, but I think Hagatha Scheme and just some of our hexes and lightning storms will keep us there. Haunting Visions and Farsight can create some neat opportunities if we're really stressing in the early game. I also just don't think there will be that many decks that completely stomp you early in the new meta. Knock on wood. There we go. Double Hagatha. I like it. I think that's a cool deck. I think that'll be fun to play. Shudderwalk and Lysiana just sounds so fun. Barista Lynch's also a lot of fun. A lot of cool little Battlecry minions to copy, so she makes a lot of sense, I think. Also just Shudderwalk Battlecry shenanigans. I like it. I like it. That's cool. Okay. So, somebody wanted me to do Betrug next, which I'm cool with that. We'll do a Betrug deck. I think we can do a Betrug Plot Twist deck. Hey, Lude Cthulhu! Thank you, man. What a name. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious name. Appreciate the sub. 2 months. Welcome back. Betrug! Apparently you want me to say it. Betrug! But we're going to do a Plot Twist deck. I don't like Plot Twist, but here's how it's going to work if it's going to work, I think. Right? I don't think it's a general card you toss into like a control deck or whatever people are saying. I don't think it works that way. If it's going to work, I think it's going to work because of ways to make the draw more powerful. In other words, cards like Fell Lord Betrug and the new cards Portal Overfiend and Portal Keeper. So now when you run Plot Twist, Butt Rug. Yes, Fell Lord Butt Rug. Now when you play Plot Twist, right, you potentially get some 2/2 demons that are summoned, which is pretty cool. And you, if you have Betrug and then you play Plot Twist, you also just get some minions, like a 5/6 Portal Fiend or whatever, right? Portal Overfiend. So kind of a Portal Warlock. Yes, exactly. A Portal-based deck here. If Plot Twist is going to work, I think this is how it'll work, right? Dollmaster Dorian, yeah, we could toss in a Dorian. I think that's fine. The one challenge for Dollmaster Dorian that makes me nervous is I don't know that the minions being summoned from Dorian are going to be that impactful, because like these, for instance, aren't great from Dorian. Although I guess if you got a Betrug first, that would be kind of cool. Does that work? Like I think it works. If you get a Dorian into a Betrug, I wonder why it's taking so long. My God, starting over. Let's just do this. I'm lazy. So if you got a Dorian and Betrug got summoned first, and then I guess they'd all get summoned simultaneously, so it wouldn't stack, right? I don't think it would stack. Dorian gives your opponent info. I think that's okay. I don't think that would be a problem. I don't think they'd stack their effects. I think they'd happen simultaneously and nothing else will happen. So, are there other minions we'd like to get off Dollmaster Dorian that have like cool effects? And beyond that, how do we like support this deck? Like we have this package right here, but what goes with it? Is this a control deck? Is this a mid-range deck? It's probably not an aggro deck, right, with Betrug. I think that's pretty risky. I think it's more of a Probably more of a control deck with some like. Probably more of a control deck, right? Because the minions with Rush are good to take trades. I mean, it's a control deck that has the potential to build a big board and win, right? Specifically, I think it'd be cool to run Inferno with this deck. Because Inferno is really cool if you get like a bunch of demons out, like from your portals or whatever. Inferno can help you swing the board and give a nice little buff to your demons, like a mini Bloodlust sort of thing. That's a cool idea. And then even if Dollmaster Dorian, like that kind of makes Dorian better too. Because right now Dorian's got these demons in the pool that aren't particularly good as 1/1s. But if they're just minions that then turn into Inferno plays, like you can buff them with Inferno, that's suddenly kind of good. That also makes me wonder, is the Jumbo Imp worth it? Like, we're going to have all these demons, right? Coming off of Dorian, and just like the 2/2 demons are going to be dying. Does suddenly Jumbo Imp make sense? Maybe. Geppetto Joybuzz? I don't really see Geppetto yet. I don't think Geppetto is perfect, personally. I don't know. And the 8/8 is good off Betrug too. That's right. Yes. We need big minions for Betrug. Like, we don't want to run small minions, right? Now we need minions for Dorian and Betrug, I think. Portal Keeper is actually pretty good with Betrug because it has 5 attacks. So that's fine that it's a little smaller. If Jumbo Whip is discounted and then shuffled back, does it keep the discount? I don't know. If it's discounted, I don't think we'd be shuffling it back much, right? We'd probably just be playing it. But probably does not keep the discount, I would imagine. Well, maybe, though. I don't know. It might. Either way, it'd be fine. It depends on how much is discounted, I guess. So, we want high-powered minions for Betrug and portals, but we also need to make sure we're not dying. So we actually need some control cards, right? So I think we want probably things like Mortal Coil. We could actually maybe do Solarium as kind of a bonus for Betrug and Portal Overfiend and Dollmaster. So that maybe a Solarium's good. I think we probably want Hellfire. You know, Shadow Flame is kind of interesting.
Welcome, boys.
Probably not good
Make
enough,
some
though.
room by the hearth
Probably not good
water.
enough. Ichigon, dude, 6 months. Congrats on the purple gym, man. That's big time stuff. Way to go, dude. Thank you. Since demons with some big demons. I mean, we do have a few big demons already. Quite a few big demons. I actually don't hate the idea of Since demons. You could get the imp in early. It still works well with Betrug and stuff because you draw some demons, and I mean it's not mana cost, but you know what I mean. And even Dorian, and again, even 1/1 demons off Dorian is still relevant because of other cards, right? Like Jumbo Imp getting extra demons is nice. So sure, why not? Siphon Soul and Twisting Nether probably for control decks makes a lot of sense. Lord Godfrey is still pretty good. Really wish I had Spellstone, man. Like, do we have enough healing? Are we gonna be able to stay alive, guys? I don't know. Like, our early game right now is not strong, right? Like, we're gonna be taking some early game hits, it looks like. I don't think I can run that many more minions. I think Jumbo Imp might be too greedy. I think it might be too greedy. I don't know about this. Deranged Doctor. That's an intriguing idea. Yeah. I don't hate that idea. You get it off your Dorian, you get it off your Betrug, you're pretty happy in both cases. I think we can't do Jumbo Imp. I think we're going to run out of cards or slots there. Jacklick, you don't discard it, so Jacklick doesn't seem worth it. Crowskin, no. Sapper, no. I mean, Morrigan is intriguing, but not really still good, I don't think. Jiraxis, also intriguing. Any cards here that are really good late game cards that would work well with this? Rafam, probably not. Safeguard is actually kind of cool. Good Death Rattle, stall card, but probably not still good enough. Big Bad Archmage is solid off of Dollmaster Dorian, but I don't feel like it's good enough. So Deranged Doctor does make some sense. Tunnel Blaster, I think, would end up hurting our minions too much, probably. Right? Like, especially off Dorian. It would, like, kill all our other minions. I don't think I'd want that. But, I mean, honestly, Deranged Doctor is a neat idea. I feel like it might be a little too greedy, because, like, it's not something we're probably going to play on our own. We don't have Dark Pact to, like, kill it ourselves anymore, you know? So that makes me nervous. You know what we could run is Sacrificial Pact as well to get some extra healing. Like, killing a 1/1 demon off Dollmaster Dorian or whatever would feel okay. And I think there's actually going to be a fair bit of demons. Is Tunnel Blaster only enemy minions? Actually, I don't know. Hold up. I don't know about that. No, it's all minions. No, it's all minions. Ziliax is yeah, Ziliax is not bad. Yeah, a little heal. A little heal. I mean, you lose the advantage of the rush, I guess, but healing is important. We've literally put Ziliax in every deck I think we've made. It's kind of insane how good Ziliax is. Like, it's sort of insane. Broodmother. Oh yeah, Aranasi Broodmother's good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea. Some healing and survivability there. It's nice for a control deck. I'm still really worried about our early game though. Look how many late game cards we have, guys. Like a lot. I need some early game removal or something here. Like without Defile, I feel like I gotta have something. Maybe even just like Curse of Weakness or something to buy some time. Oh, Shriek maybe is actually okay. Just for early game AoE. There's a lot of low cost stuff I wouldn't care to discard. Like it probably wouldn't matter. I just need something. Maybe some... I can't really run early game minions either. Like it kind of has to be a spell. Doomsayer's so bad with Dorian. We can't run Doomsayer. It's fine with Betrug, but it's so bad with Dollmaster Dorian. I think Shriek is okay. We can discard low-cost stuff. And it's just a nice little early game AoE. Plays well with Mortal Coil. Plays well with Inferno. All that's fine. I mean, we're going to have some reactivity from like the 2/2s and stuff. Like stuff to help us swing the game a little. I'm worried right now, though, that we still don't have enough things to empower our Betrug. Like, look at the minions we actually are running. Like, Lord Godfrey. I don't even know if I can run Godfrey. It's really bad with Betrug. I mean, it's a copy. So it's not like you lose your Godfrey, but you don't get like the big play you're looking for. A 4/4 off Betrug is not like awesome play. You know, I do think we might want some death rattles that are tempo oriented to make Betrug sticky. You know, right now Betrug is like a bad twisting nether, like a really bad dependent twisting nether, and I don't think that's worth it. I also am worried about Dollmaster Dorian not being good enough. Like, Broodmother sucks. Portal Keeper sucks. Portal Overfiend sucks. Godfrey sucks. Deranged Doctor good. Twisting Nether, I mean, Betrug sucks. I think I gotta cut the Godfrey. I think we need to add in like two big, like a Cairn or Mechanical Whelps or something of the sort to make the Betrug play feel significantly better, right? It's gotta be some Death Rattle. Void Terror and Ratcatcher. No, they'd be too small. They'd be too small. I mean, I understand where you're going. Like, summon something off Betrug and steal the stats, like eat the stats, but I think they're just too small. A car. There you go. List all minions of deck sucks. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. I think Mechanical Whelps maybe is my best bet. I think they're better than Cairn in some ways. Much, much better off of Dollmaster Dorian. Not quite as better off Betrug because of the rush aspect. They're not as good with rush, right? But what are we at? 30 out of 30. So that makes, between Deranged Doctor and Mechanical Whelp, I feel like Betrug's a little better. I still don't know if this deck has enough depth, though. Or like a kind of refined win condition. There will probably be scenarios where we just get a board and a bunch of 2/2s and like 5/6s and stuff and just push. But I worry there's maybe not enough oomph. Like the perfect board state, right, is like Betrug drawing 2 Mechanical Whelps, right, and getting a couple 7/7s and a 5/7. It's like, is that actually enough to win? I don't know. I don't feel like it is. seems like seems okay, but not good. But it's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. So let's see. I also just don't think the plot twist engine's going to be as good as you guys think, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's just call this Betrug. It's kind of a control deck, but maybe we just call it Betrug Warlock. Betrug like Cycle Warlock? Betrug Draw Lock? I don't really know what the name is, but this is fine. Butt Rug is bad. You can't make this deck better. I actually agree with you. I think the fundamental engine of the deck is just not that strong. So I totally. Portal would be a good name. Let's call it Portal Warlock. Let's call it Portal Warlock. I like that name. Betrug Portal Lock. That's good. Portal's a good. That plot twist is Portal. The demon portals. That's a good name. Yeah. Portal Warlock. Okay, that makes sense. Ruglock. Portal Combat. That's a good name too. Yeah, that's pretty smart, guys. You guys are smart. I like it. Oh boy! Good morning, everybody. We're building so many decks. How many decks do we have, guys? So many decks. We have 1,000,000 decks. Also, how many people have followed today? We've had a lot of viewership this morning. I feel like it might be high. Let's see. 36 new followers in only an hour and 47 minutes is fantastic. Thank you guys for following this morning. Over 400 viewers much of the morning is really cool. We're actually under it right now, but that's still an insane number. 385 is ridiculous. A lot of good discussion. I feel like these streams could be a little less fun in some ways. I hope you guys are still having a good time. Like, we're talking about cars, we're being really logical and smart and, you know, debating the value of cards. I worry it's not as fun, but by God, it's still cool, right? Still cool. Steladris and Lodi don't work together, Panama Red. Steladris only does spells. He only does your choose one spells. So, deck train. Having a good time, Regis, don't worry. Perfect. Okay. So let's see. How many decks have I made? A lot. Look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 last night, 3 today. So 12 decks so far. That'll get me through 2 days. Somebody said Big Warrior. Let's go. I like Big Warrior. Some new Big Warrior cards. We have not made Togwaggle Rogue yet. That's true. We need to do that too. Can you post a link to your Palm Warrior deck? Just go to Hearthstone here. It's hearthstone.com, hearthpwn.com. Search for Regis Kilbin, find my profile, and you'll find my decks. Also, I think you can just hit ! decks, actually. Hold up. Yeah, hit ! decks. Maybe it's deck lists? I thought that worked. Let me check what that command is. Oh, no. Where did that I thought that worked. Oh, it's deck list. Oh, singular. Okay, deck list. See that link in chat? There it is, deck list. If you click that link, it'll take you to my deck list. You can sort by time, and you'll find the newest ones. And you'll see my Bomb Control Warrior in there. Just sort by the time. But all the deck lists go there. It might just be crazy enough to work. So, guys, I want to try a big warrior deck because of cards like the Boom Reaver and Dimensional Ripper here. This idea that you can just run a lot of big minions and make some crazy late game plays, summoning 2 Boom Reavers. And I think big mechs in particular are cool because of cards like Dr. Boom Mad Genius, the hero card giving your mechs Rush. So Boom Reaver has Rush, the minion he summons has Rush. That's pretty cool, right? If you get a lot of big rushing dudes, you can do some cool things. Now the question is, what big minions do you run? And are there enough big mechs to empower that? There's like not that many big mechs, I guess, right? Safeguard's a sort of big mech, but not that big. Mechathoon's a big mech. Oh, Bulldozer's a pretty big mech too. It doesn't have to be only mechs necessarily. It can be other things, but you want your Dimensional Ripper to be very powerful, I think. So I feel like you need it to be big mechs. Right? I think you want like this sort of package. Which is this crazy? Is this insanity? Like, I don't even feel like Mechanical Whelp is maybe good enough. I feel like if you play Dimensional Ripper and you get Mechanical Whelp, aren't you really disappointed? Aren't you really sad that you got Mechanical Whelp? I mean, I guess they do have Rush, and then the 7/7s also have Rush, theoretically. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Any big mechs here? Not really, no. It's gonna be so hard to build a deck that stays alive till this point with only big minions. But I think that's what you have to do for it to make sense. I do think Damage Stegatron is reasonable. Like, you'd probably be okay if you got 2 Damage Stegatrons off your Dimensional Ripper, right? You wouldn't feel bad about that. So we'll take a look at Damage Stegatron for sure. Also, this is one you can play on curve and feel okay about it because you're getting a decent taunt body. That's nice. How on earth do you live to this point, though? And I don't know about Bulldozer, man. You think Safeguard seems fine? I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible. Maybe we're going too hard on this mech line. Maybe the Boom Reavers. I think I'm going too hard on the mech line. I don't think they all have to be mechs. I don't know why they all have to be mechs. There's no reason they have to be mechs. They don't have to be mechs. There's no reason they have to be mechs. Why do they need to be mechs? Really, just the Boom Reaver being a mech is what matters. It can be any big minion. I don't know why I think they have to be mechs. They don't. They don't need to be mechs. They can be anything. The fact that the Boom Reaver's a mech is relevant because you want him to have Rush too. The Boom Reaver's not good unless he's got Rush, I think. That's the only way this card is good. I don't think they have to be mechs though. They can just be any big card. Any big minions. So you could do like Big Bad Archmage. Whirlwind Tempest is an interesting idea. I don't know how you'd make it work. Burly Shovel Fist would be okay, honestly. There are certainly some big neutral dudes here, dragons and stuff that are fine. Like getting 2 Yseras might feel really good off Dimensional Ripper. Big taunts as well could feel really good. Undasta. Like Ysera. Basically, just all your minions have to be big. Undasta, the problem is, I don't know. You'd have to have the other Undasta in hand for it to feel really good. And then if Undasta's in hand, it's obviously not going to come off your Ripper because it's not in your deck. So Deathwing is... it's interesting. I mean... that is indeed intriguing. I don't know if I want to be playing Deathwings, though, because you're going to draw it half the time. I want to be able to play the card, too, you know? I need more than 2, though, so we got to find something. I wish some of these big cards had, like, Taunt, you know? A big card with Taunt would be really nice. Like, a big Taunt dude. Deranged Doctors are kind of intriguing, right? Good morning, Tentacle Man. How's it going? Thanks for the 65 bits. I mean, honestly, Mechathune is probably still fine. But I don't want it to be a Mechathune deck. As soon as I add Mechathune, everybody's going to be like, what's your Mechathune combo? And I'm going to be like, well, we don't really have a Mechathune combo. We just have Mechathune. What if we run Big Bad Archmage? I don't think this card is any good, but it was super sick with Dimensional Ripper. It's not bad with Boom Reaver either. Can't believe I'm putting Big Bad Archmage in attack. Man.
Aha.
Duel is a Paladin card, unfortunately. Duel would be cool, but it is a Paladin card. What about Elysiana, guys? She's a 7/7. I mean, that's not that bad. If I got 2 7/7s off Ripper, I think I'd be okay. She's not like a super high roll, but she's kind of important. Grom. Oh, Grom is good, probably. I forgot to look at warrior cards. Grom is intriguing. 2 Groms would be cool with a whirlwind effect of some sort. Yeah. Maybe I don't need Elysiana then. Is this enough? 1, 3, 4, 5. How often are our Dimensional Rippers going to be totally dead? Do we have any way to shuffle minions back into the deck? We can't run Baleful Banker because then Baleful's in the pool. So is there any way to get minions back in the deck that would be good? Oh man, it's gonna be so hard to it's gonna be so hard to build a deck that can still stay alive through all of this, guys. Oh man. You know, Dragon Roar could be one way for me to get minions to play without running small minions. Because we just can't run small minions right now, right? It's like we have to stay alive without running minions. And I do not know if we can do that. I'm trying to add a package right here that looks like it might make sense to stay alive. The boom ship, I don't know if the boom ship's actually worth it, guys. I understand why it might make sense, but I feel like we aren't going to need it. It's pretty good with Big Bad Archmage, I guess. Because this is a card we're never going to feel like playing. But most of our other cards are okay to play. Defend Gilneas, I just don't think that's good enough with Dimensional Ripper. Like, we want to have big minions, right? Big minions. Vargoth, Untasta, Amani Warbear, Witchwood Grizzly. I think we could run a Vargoth, actually. That's like the one small minion you could afford to run, and it'll still make sense. Because it's gonna play it again. So Vargoth definitely is fine. And it has some potential earlier in the game, too. So yeah, well, Vargoth sucks with Boom Reaver. It's kind of bad. It's like a reverse Barnes. We could have Deathwing if we have Boom Ship, potentially. But I can't run too many of those kinds of cards, guys. I just can't. Witchwood Grizzly? It's not terrible. Segatron still makes some sense too, particularly with Dr. Boom. Do I want to run Big Bad Archmage? I need enough minions for sure. I don't have that many. I think I have to run Archmage just to get some upside.
That scheme looking like a snack right now.
Don't tease me, dude. That scheme is still not gonna work. Still not gonna work. Yeah, let's run Archmage, man. I don't know. I can't imagine it's actually good. I guess I feel like Boom Ship is not gonna be good, but we do need a way to play Archmages if our Archmages are stuck in hand. That is very true. And I guess I could even add a Deathwing in that scenario. But it's like, look at this curve. How many times am I just going to draw all of this garbage and have nothing to do? Like, I mean, Deathwing at least gives me like one way to kind of chill. Boom Reaver, I mean, I can play sometimes. Grom, you can play. Ysera, Archmage are going to be really tough to play. I feel like this is too much. I feel like this is too much. Burly Shovelfist might just be better than Archmage. It's like more consistent. Oh boy, this is so not good, guys. Like, I mean, look at this. Like, this is my removal package. Look at this garbage. It's nothing. This is not going to keep me up in most games. There's no way I'm going to stay alive with this defensive package. There's zero chance. There's no way on earth this is going to be enough. No way. I mean, we're going to have to mulligan like gods. Like gods. Maybe this is a deck for Gruul. Gruul wouldn't be bad. Yeah, Gruul would be fine. But I don't know if it's better than anything we have now. Oh, boy. Can I afford to run cards off Dimensional Ripper that don't have taunt or any sort of reactivity? Like, if I just get 2 Yseras, am I just going to be dead? Do I actually have to have mechs in Dr. Boom again? Maybe that was my logic. Like, I feel like I'm going to need my Dimensional Ripper turn to keep me alive. Like, summon 2 Stegatrons. I just don't know if I can do it without taunts or rush. you know? I just don't know. I think I kind of have to have my Dimensional Ripper summon things that don't just leave me totally dead. I think I'm going to have to go for like Stegatrons. It's like less greedy and less fun, but I think it's just mandatory. Or I'm going to die, you know? I think I just have to. Grom can attack immediately. Stegatrons have taunt and can sometimes attack immediately. The Boom Reaver can sometimes attack immediately with Dr. Boom. So that's 2, 3, 4. I think I've got to shift this to stuff that has... I think I'm being too greedy, right? This also just helps my kind of survivability package stay alive, too. Recruit cards are gone. Those are from Witchwood, unfortunately. I think this is like the right way to do it, right? This essentially means I'm always summoning something that is helping me stay alive. And I just have some taunts in the mid game that can help me stay alive too. Vargoth is fine because if we summon Vargoth, we'll play it again and then we'll just get more taunts or survivability or whatever. We could, I guess, get more Vargoths, which would be bad. 4 Vargoths would be sort of annoying. But this is a little better feeling, I think. I'm still at 28 cards though. So is there anything else I want to add? I'll tell you, I'm a little worried this deck's not going to have a, like, it's you know, if it beats aggro, it's going to be by just outvaluing it. Like, we can't outvalue. Fatigue makes me nervous, though. Part of me wants to add an Elysiana again, but as soon as I add Elysiana, right, I've got the same problem where I've got another minion that doesn't really help me win the game. So, is there a way for me to add some extra value to this deck without... I mean, we have Omega Assembly. Dragon Roar is one way, but that just seems so bad. You know, Rocket Boots is kind of intriguing too, but Weapons Project. I need something here to keep me alive. Improve morale? Maybe. Didn't look at all the warrior cards here. With other new warrior spells, Sweeping Strikes. I don't still really like it, but improve morale. I mean, it's good execute setup, I guess. I don't know how much lackeys really help me. I just can't add minions, right? Dr. Boom's scheme. Omega Devastator would feel great, but I can't have it. I could add another safeguard. Safeguard is still sort of doing what we want, right? Like, it's a mech and it has taunt. I do not feel like it's as good as Stegatron or Grizzly, though. I guess Improved Morale's fine. The lackeys are not always helpful, but it helps set up and execute sometimes. It can activate Grom sometimes, which would be really nice. And some of the lackeys are fine. Some of the lackeys are okay. So I think Improved Morale's fine. All right, Big Warrior's done. Big Warrior. Boom. Big Warrior. We already made a Bomb Warrior, Zertani. If you hit ! deck list, it'll show you a link to my Hearthstone decks. In here, I can actually just show you now because I'm done with that deck. If you go sort by newest here, you can go down here to Bomb Control Warrior. We made a Bomb Warrior. Pretty cool looking deck, actually. I think this one will be fun. A lot of mech stuff, a lot of tempo stuff, a lot of Dr. Boom stuff. It's pretty sweet. So, that's 4 new decks today. We got an hour to go. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of people want me to make a Togwaggle Rogue. But what on earth is a Togwaggle Rogue, actually? I don't know what that is. I feel like you could put Togwaggle in just about any deck. I mean, you gotta have lackeys, I guess. So, Togwaggle Rogue. We need lackey cards. That's priority number 1. So, Evil Miscreant seems like a great fit. And Evil Cable Rat, is that really all we have access to? Are those the only 2 lackey generators? What? Is that really it? We only have 4? 4 lackey generators. I mean, this one alone adds a lot, but still, I thought we'd have more. There'll be more in future expansions, so either way. Okay, so what I'm seeing now are maybe like battle cry synergy, so I think like a shark makes a lot of sense, right? And we can do some bounce cards too. So making this sort of a battle cry, wait, I'm gonna go to rogue. Battle cry synergy deck, I guess, right? Is sort of the best route. So go Spirit of the Shark. And we got the new Togwaggle's pick as well. Waggle pick. To do some bounce stuff. I don't know though. Like, we have to make sure Togwaggle can actually win us the game. I guess there's always a way. Are we trying to target a specific Togwaggle thing? I don't want to do like an OTK deck. I'm gonna save that for Toast or whoever. Like, I don't want to do that. Isn't there a neutral lackey generator? There is. We have it. Evil Cable Rat. Yeah.
According to this Facebook ad, I can find a software engineering job at this esports startup company.
Startup Twitch. Yeah, geez, dude. Already acquired by Amazon, huh? Quite the startup job. I don't know if Twitch is the best place to work. I think it'd be cool for a while, but I've heard like some not awesome things. So not that you're actually considering it, maybe you are, but anyway, I don't know. Seems a little risky. I don't know if we want to make this also a pogo deck. I feel like I want to make like a tempo deck. I think I want to make like a tempo rogue deck that has Togwaggle just to give you like that extra oomph, right? So, oh, Duke says the same thing. Make it tempo-y. Yeah, I think I want it to be like kind of an aggressive tempo-y deck. And then Togwaggle just helps you do nutty stuff, right? Just occasionally Togwaggle's like, boom, nutty stuff. We can make a pogo deck separately, but I don't think I want this to be the pogo deck. Shadow Step honestly seems pretty insane with Togwaggle and some of these combo and battle cry cards, so I think that's fine. We got to figure out exactly how to make this a tempo-y deck is one issue, right? Battle cry and combo cards. I'm just going to kind of grab everything that looks reasonable right now, and then we'll go back and sort of sort through it all here in a second to make sure it's what we're looking for. Okay, I don't feel like we're there at all right now. Just want to have a good curve. This is a really bad Battle Cry synergy card, isn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy. All right. You guys are gonna have to help me build a tempo rogue here. I mean, right now it's all pirate and weapon stuff, right? But that's not gonna work as well because we don't have Kingsbane anymore. What on earth does this look like right now? Hinge-Clad Thug is still a very good card. Oh boy, I don't know what this looks like right now, guys. And I am feeling really hungry all of a sudden. Oh my god, I'm like dying right now. Ugh. I'm dying. Sharkfin fan and Hinge-Clad Thug. Sharkfin's not as good though, like without even stuff, is it? How do I get Sharkfin to work? I feel like that's not actually going to be that solid. Turn 5 battle cries in particular seem really good. Again, I'm just grabbing everything right now. Don't get too picky if you see any one given card or whatever. I'm just grabbing everything. We're gonna cut back on this. Turn 5 battle cries to follow up your Spirit of the Shark seem important. I don't think former champs it, but we'll try. Oh yeah, see, this is just not feeling great right now. So, like, Togwaggle being the end of your curve, I think, is fine. We have ways to generate multiple lackeys, so we shouldn't have a big issue getting a lackey out. I don't have any 2-drops right now, basically, so I gotta hit the 2-drop plan, or hope to rely on weapon, potentially. I don't know. Turn 3, this is not really a turn 3 card, right? So I have Blink Fox and Van Cleef, so I honestly don't have great turn 3s either. Well, I guess I have SI and Hinge-Clad, so that helps. Spellbreaker on 4, Shark on 4, Waggle Pick. Yeah, I do like this, actually. I do like Waggle Pick still. I do like this. A bunch of guys went online playing new cards at Blizzard. Yeah, there's a stream today. Thank you for advertising other streams on my stream, by the way. That's super nice of you. Really appreciate that. Thank you for thank you for coming along and telling everybody to go watch someone else. That's always cool. thanks for being on my side, Tremudius. Yeah, there's a like a not really a pre-release, but like it's basically what we're doing, a theory crafting day at Blizzard. I'm not able to watch it right now, so I don't know what it's going to be, but it's probably pretty fun to watch. Legitimately, if you guys want to watch it, I'm mostly trolling here. I'm going to be building my decks for another 45 minutes regardless. I think they started 13 minutes ago though, so but probably good watching for real. Like, because I think they're going to actually get to play cards. So
Morning, Regis. What have we built so far?
It will probably be fun to watch.
For Rissa Secret Paladin and
but I'm trying to find it so I can see what it looks like myself. Eon, yes, dude. That sounds insane. Rissa plus Mysterious Challenger sounds bonkers. Right now we're trying to make a like a Tempo Togwaggle Rogue. Tempo Togwaggle Rogue. So yeah, Crip is live. He's dressed as well, there's no reason to be watching me. Crip appears to be dressed as Jaina. I think. I didn't get a good look other than the preview, but I don't know why you're here. Go watch Crip be dressed as Frostless Jaina right now. Like, there's a stupid ad. Twitch and their ads, man. They've killed everything. They've killed everything. Twitch, stop with your ads. Oh my god, and now the ad is frozen. Yeah, I think he's dressed as Jaina. So this is maybe the best television in the history of the world, let alone Twitch today. Like, don't even hesitate. Why are you here? Don't, you've got to be watching Crip right now. I wouldn't even be mad. He's dressed as Jaina. Let me finish this deck though. I feel like we're not aggressive enough. I feel like we're not fast enough. It's like right now we're a little bit too reliant probably on a big Togwaggle play, and it's like we don't even know that we're going to draw Togwaggle all the time. I don't like my Evil Miscreant combo opportunities. Like, I don't think I have enough cheap cards right now or enough way. I mean, I guess lackeys kind of feed into combo a little bit. So if you get like an Evil Cable Rat, that helps you combo, that helps you Van Cleef. That's pretty good. Not a lot of spells right now. Like a prep would be a cool kind of 0-mana card to have to maybe enable some tempo stuff too. But it's like, what am I prepping, right? I don't have anything to prep. So maybe 2 Spellbreakers is unnecessary or greedy or just kind of not helpful. Former Champ, I think, is pretty excessively bad. I like Greenskin because we have the Waggle pick. Like, I think that's actually a pretty cool 4/5. And Greenskin's still a fine card to kind of bounce around and stuff. Prep. Is there anything I'd like to prep? Eviscerates in a deck like this certainly are fine. I could prep and Eviscerate. Saps are also probably not terrible, but not really the prep target I'm looking for. Fan of Knives would be a good prep card. I don't see how that's going to do it. At a meeting at work, did you do Small Spell Mage yet? No, Tremudius, no. We have not done. That's a good next one. We'll do Tempo Mage next. I think that's a good one. We might finish on that one or maybe 2 more. Raiding Party is okay, but I don't actually have that many pirates, nor do I care that much about drawing my weapon. I mean, it is a good prep target normally. Please bless my classic pack. Your pack has hereby been blessed. Humbler of mortals. What does edgy mean? Edgy means like trying to be cool and trying to be hardcore. I don't know. Who called you edgy? Did you say something edgy? I don't know. I'm curious. Say that again, slower. Trying to be cool. I'm super edgy. I'm like the edgiest dude in the world. I don't know. Prep just doesn't feel worth it to me. I don't know what we're prepping out. I do like Eviscerate. I think it's just a good card, generally speaking.
I was just thinking I need to find some decks to play on day 1 of the new expansion, and
I got all your decks, dude.
then
Don't
I
worry.
saw the notification on my phone for your stream.
All the decks. I got so many decks for you. Any new Rise cards that fit really well in this deck? I do kind of like Hinge Clan Hogseed. I don't have a lot of 2-mana plays right now. I guess we're going to be weaponing a lot on 2, which is fine. I wonder if Secret Rogue's ever a possibility, guys. Sunreaver Spy. Secret Rogue. It's kind of a cool idea. Hinge Clan Sneak. Hinge Clan Burglar. None of those are good. Hinge Clan Hag. Don't really need that. It's fine, probably, but don't need it. Barista actually is kind of a cool idea. I'm worried she's a little bit too expensive, but if I can keep a couple lackeys on board... I have a lot of combo cards,
I'm edgy
though.
like a Rombicosido decahedron.
Pyro, nice, dude. So many edges, dude. So edgy. Hey, Chop Skeecho. Yeah, probably not enough battle cries, actually, to make this work. Also, I don't know if Blink Fox is our best bet, but it's what we got. There's just not that many good 3-drops right now in the game. I mean, we're at 28 cards, guys. What do I want and what do I add? Prep is what we talked about adding, but I don't know if that's actually worth it. I think maybe just another 1-drop, honestly, might be our best bet, but I don't know what one drop we want. Or like maybe 1-1-drop and 1-2-drop could be good. I don't even hate the idea of a Second Night Taskmaster necessarily. A Mecharoo is kind of fine. Elven Archer. Where are all the good cards, guys? So many cards we're used to using have just vanished overnight. They're all gone. Where are the cards? This is stressful. Millhouse is really good with with Battlecry synergies, right? I guess Sharkfin Fan's a possibility, but without a 1-mana weapon, I feel like it's going to be a pretty awkward card to play. You didn't read the rest. We need an edgy Regis graphic. Oh, being edgy is the game. Yes, indeed. Any way to make a mill deck? I don't think so right now in Standard. It's too hard, I think. I feel like I have to have a 1-drop here to make this work. I mean, we could add a serrated tooth and then also add... I like how cheap serrated tooth is, and then we could add the 2-mana pirate.
I sense it, baby, come back. Music video for all the cards we will miss when rotation hits.
Still don't really like that, though. Maybe I add 1 serrated tooth and 1 pirate for 2 mana. That just feels bad, though. I don't understand why that's happening. I think I'm just going to add 2 Hinchland Hogsteeds. Just early plays, right? Just early minion, just early stuff to do. Take some trades, make sure we're not behind. It's kind of a cheap card for combos. I think I like this all right. I sense a baby come back. Music video for all the cards we will miss when rotation hits. Yeah, dude. There's a lot. I'm missing more than I realized. It feels like just some staple things that we've always relied on aren't there. And it's like, how do you build a deck now? What do you do? How do you find cards to run? All right. I like this all right. I think we have some cool stuff. I mean, Togwaggle topping off the curve is neat. I think it can help us do some silly things we're not supposed to do. A lot of pressure, just kind of a tempo Togwaggle Rogue. It's cool. I didn't really expect to make this deck, but I like it. Might be one of those kind of sneaky, decent decks. Like, you're surprised it's good.
You don't realize what you have till it's gone, Regis. That goes for cards, too.
Indeed, Pyro. Indeed. I try to be appreciative of what I have, though. I think I'm pretty good on that. Like, I have those, like, kind of reset moments every once in a while in life where I'm like, things are really good right now. I want to appreciate how good this is right now. Oh my god, Hearthstone. What are you doing to me? No wonder Crip has so many viewers. Hearthstone inset here is going to be insane on his view count. Flux Flasher. Could have been me. Could have been me. Flux. Flux, I'm using Hearthstone to make decks. Flux, it could have been me. Flux. Flux.
If you shave, I will
Flux.
cry. BBY, don't
Flux
ever shave.
Flasher, where are you? Flux. Tentacle, no, man, I don't. The rule was if I get to 500,000 subscribers, I'll shave. That was the rule. 500k subs and I will shave. That was my rule. But that's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. We're at 60k, which I actually never thought we'd get to 60k, but here we are. Not quite 60, but we're real close. 59,790 subs. So we have 440,000 to go for the shave. Time to get to work. Yeah, but it's got to be after my wedding. I don't think I can be shaved on my wedding. Mrs. Kilbin will murder me, and I will not be married. So after May 17th, we got to get there. May 18th will be fine. Like, let's get to 500k subs on May 18th. That sounds perfect. Sounds great. Sounds great. So, guys, I think I'm going to build a... Oh, no, Tempo Mage is what we talked about. Let's do Tempo Mage first. I was going to do Spell Damage Hunter, but I think Tempo Mage is fine to do first. We got some cool new Tempo Mage cards, and I'll probably have time for 2 more decks. So this one and then Spell Damage Hunter. We'll probably wrap it up for this morning.
Het, what's up, Regis? How's
Hey, Sasuke, dude!
Just finished a meeting and have to head out in a few to the office, but saying hi.
It's going good, dude. It's going good, Sasuke. We've made some really cool decks, I think. I have made a lot of decks, a lot of stuff to test. It's going to be crazy when we get to unleash the new meta on Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we'll see. Bad Wolf, dude, 9 months. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Sasuke, 400 bits. You've been a monster this week, Sasuke. How many total bits? 3,000 bits on the week, Sasuke. Crazy, crazy stuff. So, guys, let's build ourselves a Tempo Mage. We got some interesting new cards, right? We got, where's my Dart Frog? Here it is. Magic Dart Frog, which is this sort of engine that can help you turn spells into tempo and a board advantage, which is nice. We got Mana Cyclone, which can help you reload spells so that when you empty your hand, inevitably casting tons of spells, you can get them back, which is cool. We got, I don't know if this is actually a Tempo Mage card, but we got it, so we're going to add it for now. And then, I mean, we're just going to go through here and grab some new cards that look sort of Tempo Magey and probably end up cutting a lot of these, but for now they are good starts. Also, the new Twin Spell, Ray of Frost, and Magic Trick, both very cheap spells that help you find more cheap spells that are all going to be good to fuel the Tempo Mage engine. Also, Arcane Missile, Shooting Star, Mirror Image, all of these are very fast cards that are very good, probably for Tempo Mage decks. Frostbolt, Mana Worm's a possibility. Sorcerer's Apprentice is definitely going to be in there. I think Cinderstorm's still pretty neat with Dart Frog stuff, so we'll try that. Arcane Intellect could be nice, and I'm already at 28 cards, so clearly we're going to have to change this a little bit, but for now, we're just grabbing everything that makes any sort of sense at all, and trying to build a deck out of this. Vex Crow is intriguing for sure, and okay. That might be the top end of the curve there. It seems like a really low curve deck. Makes me kind of nervous. But theoretically, this is what we want. This is what we want. Pretty decent for a Thursday. Nice, dude. Are you going to review the Wizbag decks on Friday like you did last time? Yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, I'm going to be doing the pre-release stuff, so maybe not on Friday. Maybe it'll be like on Sunday I'll review the Wizbang decks. Because I think I'm going to be busy doing pre-release stuff on Friday and Saturday, so it might be hard to do that. So, guys, we've now built a 37-card deck that I think is going to be, obviously, a little too big for Hearthstone. So, let's cut Mana Worms. Right off the bat, I think that's fine to cut. I think we need some reach and burst damage with like fireballs and frostbolts. Like as it stands, we have some face damage with arcane missiles and cinderstorms, but Magic Dart Frog alone is not going to be hitting face. It's only hitting minions. So Tony might be a good add. We could add Antonitis. Yeah, I think that's a neat idea. Elemental Evocation, Apprentice Cyclone combo is fun. Yeah, actually, that's a neat idea. Yeah, I like that idea. That's a cool little trick. It's just a 0-mana spell, too, so sometimes it'll be totally fine. Do we have any other elementals to make that feel better? Cosmic Anomaly, actually, yes. I think probably Messenger Raven's not going to be worth it in this deck, guys. I think that's a little too much. But I do think Antonitis is a fine idea. Totally fine. That could be the top end of our curve. It makes you a little nervous we don't bridge the gap any But we will be generating spells on occasion that help us fill in some mana gaps, right? Like, we'll be making spells. So, it should be okay. Now, Violet Spellsword, I think, is probably greedy. I think we're going to be running a lot of spells out of our hand. It may not always have spells. So I like the idea of a big kind of scary threat minion. But ultimately, I don't think that's going to get there. I like Anomaly because we are going to need buffs to our damage to do enough damage to kill our opponent. So that's big. I think Calicos is too slow. I think Hexlord Malacrass is too slow. Auctioneer is an interesting idea. I'm a little worried the game's going to be over sometimes by the time Auctioneer happens. Like, the game will already have been decided in some ways, perhaps. We don't have, like, the prep and the 0 mana spells that really make Auctioneer exciting, you know? Like, Druid can do cool things because they have so many, like, mana increase effects, the biology projects and interface of the world, and then Rogue because they have so many 0 mana preps and stuff, too. I don't think this does quite as well with Auctioneer. I feel like it's going to stall out a lot more. I think Stargazer Luna offers a similar opportunity without being as expensive. Power Maniac is probably not going to work because I don't think we're going to hero power a lot in this deck. Oh, this deck is like so crazy fast, but it doesn't actually have any turn 1 plays is what's weird. like this deck doesn't really have much to do on turn 1. It's going to be playing from behind a lot. Which might be okay, you know, like maybe you like don't do a lot, just kind of keep the board in check, and then you go crazy on like turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, and like swing the board. But is that going to be enough? I don't know, guys. Seems like it's not going to have a fast enough start. I feel like turn 1 Mana Worm would make this deck insanely good. Or even the Elemental from Kobolds and Catacombs, the 1 mana Elemental that's gone. That would even maybe make this deck insanely good. But as it stands, I feel like it's probably going to stall out a lot and either not swing hard enough or just not get enough cards. Questing Adventure is like a cool idea. Yeah, it's one way to add sort of a win condition beyond just raw damage. We could go like Questing Adventure instead of like Fireballs. I don't hate that logic. I think it's probably less consistent though. It's like really hard to make that work. Do you guys know what I mean though, right? Like without the 1-drop, is this deck really going to go hard enough and swing enough? Like it can shift into a bit of a value deck. The evocation's there to have a cheap spell and power your Mana Cyclone or your Cosmic Anomaly sometimes. Can do some really cool things with this deck because it's 0 mana. I like that idea a lot. And it's just good for Antonitis too. We're still at 32 cards. What's crazy? Like I actually have to cut something other than just... I don't think I can lose Arcane Intellect, weirdly. Even though we have like the Cyclones, like we still have to be able to find cards sometimes because there's a lot of low-cost things. Maybe I have too many low-cost things. Maybe I got to cut like... Frostbolt. Frostbolt does seem like it's going to be competitive with a lot of these other things. Can this deck go long at all? Can we generate enough resources from Mana Cyclone to shift into like a value game? I doubt it. I doubt it. Ugh, this build feels very awkward. You only have 1 elemental. No, we have 2, Cosmic Anomaly and Mana Cyclone. But again, even if 0 elementals get played, it doesn't matter. It's 2 pings on Magic or a ping on Magic Darkfrog and Fireball on Antonitis. It's a minion off of Vexcrow. Like we have other ways to make it good. It's a draw off of Luna sometimes. Like it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, right? Maybe Vexcrow doesn't fit. I think we have to have Vexcrow or there's just like no reason. I know it's not that strong in the past, but we've got to have some reason to do this, you know? Vexcrow and Dartfrog are sort of the engines, the reasons to do it, the impetus for the deck. So I think they kind of have to be there. Give me a quest guy. We talked about that. Banana Buffoon's a cool idea. But I don't know what I'd cut at this point. I don't know what I'd cut. Huh. Cinderstorm, maybe? Maybe Cinderstorm's actually pretty bad. I like that it does damage, though. We could cut like Cinderstorm and Anomaly and add like Questing Adventure and Banana Buffoon. You think Shooting Star is worse? It's intriguing. I like that it's 1 mana, but you do have a point that if the Dart Frog is hitting minions a lot, like this could be overkill. Or alternatively, it could line up a lot of good kills too. I don't know. I think Anomaly might be bad, even with the evocation. I also think Cinderstorm might be bad too. What about changing Arcane Intellect for Science Project? Research projects might work, yeah. It is just cheaper than Intellect. It's true that I probably don't care about my opponent's resources. I like that logic, yeah. I'm okay with that. I feel like Cinderstorm's not going to be good enough, guys. What do you think? Do we need that damage? It's kind of expensive for our spells that are not necessarily killing our opponent outright. Cut Mirror Image. I really like Mirror Image with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and to protect Dart Frog is the problem. Like, I think this could really help protect our resources. So I think I gotta keep Mirror Image. I'd rather cut one of the other 1 mana spells. I sort of think this list is actually okay, guys. I think we might be overthinking it. Like, face damage is really important, so I think Fireball and Cinderstorm are nice. Cosmic Anomaly is really good with Evocation. I think I'm gonna roll with it. I think we're not gonna solve it day 1 regardless, and this is pretty close to what I like, or at least what I want to test. So let's roll with it. Tempo Mage. The new menu that has spell damage +3 and new spells cost 1 more. Well, see, I think that does the opposite of what I want. I want my spells to be really cheap because I want to make like crazy big plays, playing a ton of spells in a single turn and then mana cycloning and stuff. So I would rather have Anomaly than that one, because Anomaly just powers them but doesn't like hurt my ability to go ham, right? Doesn't hurt my ability. So one last deck today, guys, before I run. We're going to build a spell damage paladin. Then I'm going to hop off here. I will be back later this evening, though, to build even more decks, which will be fun again, I think. And we're going to build spell damage paladin. Varisa Windrunner is clearly a new card that gives us spell damage from Thordal Star's Fury. Here she is, right here, with her Ridge Wallet companion. Learn more about Ridge Wallet with exclamation mark Ridge. What about Khadgar for Vexcro and Mirror Image? I don't think it's worth it to run Khadgar for that. Like, because that's the 6 mana play with Vexcro then, right? It's like you don't have enough left to do anything else. It's really hard to make all that fit together. But sweet on, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. Varisa Windrunner, spell damage hunter, guys. And Rapid Fire is also kind of cool card, I think, with spell damage. Potentially, it's not only maybe a lot of face damage, but just removal as needed, which is pretty nice. And then we did get like Mark Shot and Arcane Fletcher, which are also spell synergy cards. And I don't know that we're going to run these. Like, this may not actually stick. But if we're going to build a spell deck, then let's start there at the very least and see where it goes. Now, we do want cards that are very good with spell damage specifically. Arcane Shot actually is pretty good with spell damage because it's so cheap. Bomb Toss theoretically is good with spell damage. And again, I do not know that these are going to stick. I'm just grabbing everything that kind of makes sense to me that synergizes with Varisa, and we'll go from there. It doesn't have to be like an all spell deck or anything. It's probably not going to be, in fact. But having some spells interact with her is really cool. And I think Zul'jin's going to be important for this deck too. So did I add Multi Shot? I did. And Zul'jin will be a reason for a lot of these spells too. So we're going to kind of have to figure out like what looks good with Zul'jin. What else just helps us stay in the game nicely? I think we probably do still want some minions to happen in this deck. I don't think it's going to be all spells. Okay. So that's a good start. That's actually exactly 30 cards, but we're definitely not going to stick to this. It's definitely not going to be this. So what we have to think about with Regis, right? Is she trying to kill our opponent, or is she trying to remove stuff from our opponent? I think what we want to do is not go all in on Varisa. Weapon removal is kind of scary. So we have like a Zul'jin backup plan. We also have a lot of things that help us kind of stay up in the game. And then we play towards maybe a Zul'jin win condition where we summon a lot of things. Just remove our opponent's stuff. I think cards like Explosive Shot are risky because they are not good with Zul'jin. Multi-Shot's better with Zul'jin because it hits only enemy minions. That's a little bit more consistent. Now, Mark Shot and stuff is risky too. So we got to think about that. I don't think Arcane Fletcher makes any sense. We're not going to have enough one-drop minions. Dire Frenzy is probably not going to make a lot of sense either because we won't have enough beasts. Hounds and Kill Commander cool together. Animal Companion is just a good way to get minions. Hunter's Mark is really good with Rapid Fire for removal. I think that's nice. I don't think Bomb Toss makes a lot of sense. I don't imagine I'm going to be in a scenario where I play like 4. I don't think I'm going to be playing like, 4 spells in 1 turn off Orisa with like Bomb Toss, Arcane Shot. It's going to be hard to get there because you're not going to have enough cards, right? So we need to make sure the deck is still good and has a curve. So like I like Unleash the Beast, Baited Arrow, Animal Companion. Those all give you sort of a nice curve out so that you're still competing with the board and you're leading up towards some cool legendary swings, and maybe you just win on minions too, right? I actually don't know if Arcane Shot goes far enough either. Feels like it's more of a dead draw than Rapid Fire to me because it's just a one-use scenario. So I don't think I like that. But I do want to make sure I have enough advantage for the spell damage, so it's kind of iffy, right? Like, I don't know. But I think I'd rather just play some early minion pressure and use Varisa as like a finishing tool, not so much a... We could also go for a secret package too, though. Secret package is pretty cool with Zul'jin. Makes Zul'jin a much better card. So maybe a secret package. Deadly Shot's also good with Zul'jin, I guess, too. Tracking helps me find the Zul'jin and Varisa, although Varisa, I don't know how much she's worth finding. Maybe a little bit. I feel like this is actually going to end up being more of a sort of a Zul'jin deck than a Varisa deck, but Varisa still does empower some cool things, so might be okay. Even Explosive Trap is insane with Varisa, right?
I know this is moving backwards
really cool.
a bit, but I was thinking about
Wandering
a potential
Monsters,
big
gone.
minion deck. Maybe Warlock or Mage Dollmaster Dorian may have decent synergy with Villarin Librarian to silence those 1/1s into their actual stats.
I didn't process that. That's interesting. Yeah, Pyro, that's a cool idea. Dorian into Librarian to get the stats back. Yeah, I like that. We talked about that a little bit last night, I think, but I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. I didn't go back to that. That's a cool idea. This is like an all spell deck right now, guys. But there's no reason for it to be. I didn't design it to be an all spell deck. It just sort of is at the moment, which is insane for Zul'jin. But is it good enough otherwise? And only some of my cards do benefit from spell damage, but a handful do, Explosive Trap does. Freezing Trap does. I think a Subject 9 might be cool to help empower these secrets a little bit. We could draw more secrets that way. Thin out our deck a little bit. Gadgetzan, I think the spells are probably too expensive for Gadgetzan. I think he probably only draws 1, maybe 2 cards per turn. Like, some of them are cheap with Rapid Fire, but maybe not enough. I think we'd be better off just running like Novice Engineer if we're really looking for card draw. That said, I don't have a lot of card draw right now, do I? Tracking is card sorting. I mean, we have a decent curve, so I don't think we're going to run out of cards super fast, but not a lot of card draw at the moment. I mean, Subject 9 helps. I think if we're going to do Subject 9, though, we need a more diverse secret package, right? You can't just run 3. You want him to draw more. The problem is, like, look what happened. The secrets got worse, guys. Secrets got worse. Snake Trap's not even that good, but I don't have very many minions. I guess Snipe is a little better. That's a 4 secret package. That's probably fine. I mean, this is cool in theory, but I don't know that there's a good enough swing off Zul'jin. I guess Unleash the Beast and Animal Companions are a lot of minions. There's going to be a lot of damage flying around off Zul'jin. I mean, Unleash the Beast is just a lot of resources. That alone makes Zul'jin pretty sick, right? Shimmerfly, it's okay, I guess, yeah.
Still stuck on a Druid Beast.
We're on 31
focus
cards,
deck
though.
With Untamed Beast Master and a few buffs plus. The Witch would respawn maybe okay. Smiley face.
Yeah, Sasuke, did we get anything new this expansion that really supports that? Was there a new beast? I guess the new Crystal Stag, maybe? Not a lot of new beasts, I feel like, but I would like to go back to that at some point too. Yeah. I don't really know that Mark Shot is good for us, guys. I don't think we need it. Don't have a lot of turn 4 plays though. I have a good turn 5 with Baited Arrow, but I don't know what this deck is doing. I don't know if this deck is aggressive enough, or it's almost like a control deck that's like got some damage at the end, or like one big swing turn. I don't really think that's good enough. I agree with you, multi-shot's probably the weakest card in the deck. I don't really know if we need it. It's kind of hard to use. I'd rather have Flanking Strike, of course, but like, does this deck rely completely on Zul'jin to win? Can we ever like curve out and beat our opponent? I mean, I guess in the mid game we could do some pretty crazy stuff with baited arrows and Unleash the Beast and kind of keep things in check until the mid game, then go crazy with a bunch of 5/5s and win, and just a lot of damage over the top, kill commands. And I mean, Hero Power eventually gets us there too, perhaps, and then Varisa enables so many little damage hits with rapid fires and kill commands and baited arrows face. Yeah. It feels a little off, to be honest with you guys, but I guess it's not too far off. Is there anything else that really makes me excited that I forgot? Maybe Wing Blast is just better than Multi-Shot. It's actually really good with Unleash the Hounds too. Yeah, I like that better. I think I'm going to add 2 Wing Blasts and cut one of those marked shots. Okay. Well, no, because I am actually really worried about resources. I don't have a lot of card draw on this deck, so never mind. Mark Shot helps me find more resources, and the Twin Spells help me find more resources, all of which will help me keep enough cards in hand, because we have a lot of cheap stuff. So yeah, that's important. Okay. I think that'll do it, guys. I think that'll wrap it up for the Varisa Spell Damage Hunter. If Hearthstone will save. Bloodscalp Strategist? I forgot about Bloodscalp Strategist. My deck might be dead, guys. It might be dead. Oh, no, it's safe. Okay. Let's take a look at Bloodscalp Strategist. No, I don't have a weapon. Never mind. No, it won't work at all. I mean, I have Varisa, but that's too late game. No, this is fine. No, this is fine. Varisa Spell Damage Hunter. We'll just say Varisa Spell Hunter. I like that better. It's not really a full-on Spell Hunter, but it's pretty close, right? Varisa Zul'jin stuff. Okay, that deck is done. So guys, I am also done for this morning. I am going to drop off, go make a YouTube video, and I'll be back later tonight. We'll do probably more of this. I think we're getting to the point where I probably have close to enough decks ready to go for the expansion launch. Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it's enough for like 2 days. So we might do a few more new decks tonight that are really exciting, and then we'll probably just play some more Hearthstone tonight. Like, go back and play some Hearthstone. And then tomorrow is the pre-release event. So I'll be playing, like, opening packs and doing all that stuff, I hope, if everything works as expected, at least. So, stay tuned for that tomorrow morning, same time. Oh, actually, no, not same time. I'll be later tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning will be later. I'll be starting at, like, noon instead of 9 a.m. So I'll be starting, like, right now, basically, tomorrow, or a little later than now. Forgot about that. I need to update my schedule. We do have a Boom Warrior deck. Yes. Yeah, we have a Boom Warrior deck. We have a lot of fun decks. So, guys, thank you, everybody, this morning for the subs and the bits. We're at 881 on the sub count. So, 19 to go until the next giveaway thingy. And let me drop a quick raid here. Everybody else is doing the cards already, so I don't really want to raid those people. They got a lot of viewers regardless. I think I will raid somebody tiny here instead, like always. How about Peabody? It's a pretty funny name. All right, guys, have fun on the raid. I will see you guys tomorrow. It should be a really fun stream tomorrow. Good luck out there, thinking of deck ideas, doing cool stuff, etc., etc. And enjoy the raid. Thanks for watching. Until next time, game on. Hey, everybody, good morning. We don't want to see card reviews. We want to see Hearthstone. How goes it, folks? Good morning, good morning. Let me get a window up here. Hearthstone, where are you? There you are. Boom. Perfect. Good morning to who is here that's new this morning. I don't know, a lot of people. Dumpcat, Tactical Gizmo, DDD, GoTo, Gickstone, Lucky, J, Mill, Zofiana, Besapelmose, Rob, Crickme, Guy Prime, Abu Fahad, DeCrisp, Kareem, Chomskycho, Star Fox, Sickly Stream, Arca, yes, you and about 47 bajillion other people. I'm aware, dude. It's no big deal. Don't worry too much. Go by the whatever I said, not by the visual. If I messed up the visual, it's just because I picked the wrong overlay when I was applying it to the editing or whatever. Go by what I said. Whoever makes this art has made Regis look shorter. I do look a little bit more well, no, I don't look thicker. I mean, the thickness is, if anything, favorable to me. But the height, you're right, I do look a little shorter. But that's okay. It's like a cartoon kind of Hearthstone style, right? You don't look super realistic. I look a little more... dwarfish, like a Warcraft dwarf, which is fine.
Aha!
Which is fine. How tall are you, IRL? 6'3". Pretty tall. Not like super tall, not like weirdly tall, not like people ask you questions tall, but like tall enough to be tall. I used to say 6'2.5", but the doctor told me 6'3", so I'm just bumping up now. I'm just bumping it up, man. Arca says I have almost 5k gold saved up. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Why is the turtle you're riding blind? He's not blind. He has an eye patch on. Only one eye patch, as you can tell. He's evil. He was eating an evil bony chicken sandwich, and he took a bite down on it, and the bone kind of cracked and snapped out, and it flew up and did a twirl and stabbed him in the eye. The worst of injuries. But it was an evil, bony chicken sandwich. Evil! You really underestimate Sweeping Strike and Rush Warriors. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. I don't think Rush Warrior is usually that behind on board where it'll be relevant. Usually Rush Warrior can stay 1-1 on board. It's possible against like Zoodex and stuff. But I feel like when I played Rush Warrior, you're often even ahead on board a little bit. But it might still be worth it. Maybe. More theory crafting today? Yes, exactly. I don't trust people or animals with eye patches. Well, that's sad. What if they can't help it? What if they just had to wear an eye patch? Makes me sad. I think Sweeping Strike will be strong in Rush Warrior. But only in Rush Warrior. Okay, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it'll be worth it, but I understand. Everybody's giving me examples. I understand. I get it. I know how. I understand why it works with rush cards. I think I even said as much in my review. Like, a card has to attack immediately, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, I think typically Rush Warrior stays even on board, and it gets less good, I think. Right? Do you not agree? Like, I don't know how much people have played Rush Warrior. I played a little, not a lot myself, honestly, so I don't even know if I have the best insights, but I feel like it stays even on board and it's not going to be as good, but we'll see. I hope you're right. I think it'd be an awesome card to work. I also think Rush Warrior is a little bit less. I mean, they're reactive, but not like a real reactive control deck. They do run a lot of aggressive stuff too, so I don't know. We'll see. That's the cool thing. That's the really cool thing about cards that we don't know. Is we'll find out, and it's awesome. We can see who's wrong and who's right, and we still won't care. But think about Darius buffing himself for 60 turn. No, I know. Again, I understand how it could be good, but what I'm saying is the context is not there. I don't know. The context has to be there, right? I think we fall into a trap pretty often when we're talking about cards, where we always talk about the max upside, these really high roll kinds of cool, crazy things you can do. but we often forget about the context. You have to have the context too, right? So if you're in a deck with Darius, is he... first off, do you have Darius? Because that's a one of. Do you have your Sweeping Strikes? That's another card you have to have. They have to line up together. 2 card combos are more difficult than cards that operate independently. Beyond that, your opponent has to have multiple minions on the board. But if you've been playing a rush deck and you've been killing their minions every turn with your rush cards, do they have multiple minions on board? Maybe. Maybe not. So you run it outside of a rush deck. Do you run it with just Ziliax or Darius and like a Control Warrior? Well, maybe, but then it's even harder to find your stuff. And you have a dead card with Sweeping Strikes sometimes. I don't know. That's my opinion on the context, right? It's like the environment or the context for it is going to be tough to find. I think it's not going to line up as cleanly as the sort of high roll we're envisioning. So I don't think it's going to be good. But maybe the context will line up way more than I think. Maybe it'll be there all the time. Maybe it'll be super easy for those moments to pop up, and then, well, you know, I'm wrong. Scrap Hound plus Ziliax plus Sleeping will be a Reno. It could be. Again, that's a super high roll. That would be awesome. I hope you're right. I want you to be right. I want cards to be awesome. I really do. But in my heart of hearts, I just don't believe it yet. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see.
Welcome. Boys,
Kuro TBB, thank you for the 5 months. This is another plot twist. Yeah, exactly. I like disagreeing on cards sometimes, guys. I kind of wish I had gone through and looked at... We might actually do that real quick before... we might actually do that real quick before we build the deck today. I kind of want to go through and see the community ratings on cards. Hearthstone Top Decks has a pretty good way to look at community ratings real quick on cards, so... Let me do that real quick, because I'm just curious what other people... Aha! Why is Rise of Shadows not in here? Well, I thought they'd have a good way to do that. Am I stupid? Do I see it? I don't see it. Okay, maybe they don't have a way to do that. They pop up here and have ratings, but I guess maybe they're not listed all yet. We could go through this list, but it's going to be a less fun thing to do. Well, okay. 3 on Whirlwind Tempest, I think that's too high, but fair. 4 on Daring Escape, that feels right. Vargoth released today. I don't know. I would imagine Vargoth releases Friday, but I don't actually know. I don't know for sure. Do you think the Portal Neutral Demons can work for Shudder aggro? No. I don't. I don't think so. Morning, Regis. Just finished watching your card review. I enjoyed that, so thank you. Thanks, Executus, man. Appreciate that. Switch all sets to Rise of Shadow. That's what we were looking at, right? Like, but there's no Rise of Shadows here. That's what I'm trying to do. There's no... All sets doesn't have... It's like they only have the...
Welcome! Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't you?
Let's get
date,
rolling.
Maybe date will help? Ah! Date will do it. Okay, cool. They don't have the name applied, apparently, or something. I don't know. The all sweats can switch, right? That's what I was doing, but there's no... You guys know, there's no Rise of Shadows in the list. That's what I was trying to do, right? There's no Rise. That was the point. There's no Rise of Shadows in here. Unless I just don't see it, but I don't see it. I feel like I've looked at it a lot. It's not there, right? I don't think it's there. Oh, you guys can't see the drop down. Oh, what? Oh, weird. Now I understand why we're having a disconnect. Why doesn't the drop down show down on stream? That's weird. It's just supposed to be a screen share. That's super weird. Huh. That is so strange. You guys don't see the drop down. There's a drop down here, but it doesn't have Rise of Shadows in it. I promise you, it's not here. I'm looking very carefully. It's not here. There's no Rise of Shadows in this drop down. But it's weird that you can't even see when I have it expanded. That's crazy. I don't know why that wouldn't show. This is just supposed to be a window share. Maybe that's kind of considered a separate window. Interesting. Anyway, we've got this. We can sort by date and do the same thing. So let me zoom in a little bit here, probably. Does that make my face cover them too much? No, it's okay. Look at the top. Whirlwind Tempest, 2.8 stars. I think that's a little high, to be honest, but fair. Daring Escape, I do think that's going to be good. 4.2 makes sense. Witch's Brew, I mean, I'm fine with 3.8. I think it's a little high. I don't know if people are actually going to run this. Some people are going crazy about this card. I compared it to Forbidden Healing in my review, which I think is fair because like you can, it's basically the same thing, just in kind of defined increments instead of flexible increments, right? Yeah, you've got it there, but I'm telling you, I don't. How did you filter it to that? Oh, that's like a separate URL. Okay, I see. Anyway, we've got it. It's no big deal. This will work. You can go to the shadows list from the very top drop downs, then filter by. Oh, here maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We've got them all up. It's fine. This is totally okay. We don't need them in any sort of order or anything. When's the last day to pre-order? I have no idea. Maybe today. Well, probably not because the pre-release is this weekend, so maybe Monday. But I don't know. You should double check. Can you only cast it twice because it doesn't have Echo? Kind of like a mix between Echo and Twin Spell. No, I think you should be able to play it. I think it's basically Echo. They just didn't apply the keyword because they don't want to put old keywords that they're not going to reuse in new expansions. Because at some point this will be in Standard and Echo won't be in Standard, and then people will be like, "What the heck is Echo?" So they make it repeatable. But I think that's a little high, but it's fair. I mean, it's fair. I think it's a playable card. It'll probably get played at some point. Violet Warden, I agree. It's really slow. Just not standing out enough. I don't know why people don't like Vicious Scrap Hound more. This one bugs me. I feel like I almost gave this card 5 stars. I actually think this card's going to be nuts. I think it's fine on turn 2. It's a trading minion that gives you 2 armor. And late in the game, it's ridiculous. Maybe it's going to be more important off of Dr. Boom than it will be like in an actual deck. But I think this card is actually really good. Man, I don't know. 3 stars. I feel like it's way better than Armor Smith. It deals damage, not attacks. So if it plays defensively, it's still going to heal, right? And if you magnetize it in a turn, your opponent has to trade into it at all, or you can do Ziliax or whatever other. It has Rush with Dr. Boom hero card. There are like so many ways to make this thing insane. Worst Plated Beetle. I think it's actually a way better Plated Beetle. It's a less consistent Plated Beetle, perhaps, but it's only a warrior card, right? So I think it's actually a better Plated Beetle. I think it can heal for a ridiculous amount of. Turning Rover is better, maybe, but they're both good. I think this could be much, much better than a Turning Rover. You play this on turn 7 with Ziliax or whatever, and you're just going to go insane. You gain so much life. And, you know, when it has Rush with Dr. Boom, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know. Run both. Run a Turning Rover and this so you can curve out early. Or, you know, it's one of those cards that's okay when you play it on turn 2. And it's really good in the late game, which are rare cards. That's really rare cards, right? Like, to find a card that can work both early and late is tough. And I feel like this one's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Why not just press your hero power? Because this is... Am I losing my mind? Does Magnetic not exist anymore? Like, stack this with a Ziliax, and Ziliax is healing for 10 every time he attacks, right? Instantly. And why not hit your hero power? Because this can kill things. Your hero power doesn't kill things. It's a hero power that kills things. Now, that's at the cost of a resource. But again, it's good on its own, I think. It's like fine on turn 2. It's like a 3-star card on turn 2 or a 2-star card on turn 2 even. Like, you can play it. But then in the late game, it's like, boom! This thing goes crazy. Which is good, because that means it's got the flexibility to play early and to play late. The mech that does 1 damage to everything plus him is armor. Sure, yeah, that's another cool way to do it too, right? Like, he does damage with Whirlwind effect or whatever. So, sweeping strikes, you get 6 armor. Sure. Again, I don't know if this is the best use case, but sure. I don't know. I feel like it's really good. So this rating surprises me. And I'll tell you what, too, guys. I get a little bit annoyed sometimes by the notion that once people decide a card is bad, sometimes they never play it again, and it never gets its chance. That really stresses me out, because it's like, oh my god, maybe we're just not seeing the data. Like, please play this card so we can see the data. Like, we need. We're going to do Dragon Pally first. I'm going to just run through all these cards real quick and talk about community ratings real fast, and then we'll do some more deck theory crafting. I kind of lied on my title here, but Violet Spellsword. I almost think this card's almost decent, by the way. Like, a Tempo Mage could theoretically run this. I almost gave this 3 stars, but I think 2.4 is very fine. Underbelly Ooze, too slow. Some dude went insane on me on YouTube saying this is like the best card in the game. I do not agree. He said it was better than Grim